How are we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy with It. I'm Will.
I'm Adri.
And today, what are we playing?
We're playing House of Danger.
House of Danger, and for some reason, I am clearly sitting outside of the frame, and you're completely in the frame. We fault that webcam. Before the stream, we fault the webcam. We either got the door, or we get this. That's going to change. We got two EOS cameras over there, so we're going to upgrade that. Unfortunately, they don't give you cables anymore inside of the camera, so you have to buy those cables separately. So we have those on order, and hopefully we'll have that ready to go for Tuesday. But we're definitely gonna have everything set up and ready to go for Extra Life Game Day, which is this Saturday and Sunday, so the 6th and the 7th. If you've not seen, we did just post our big giveaway. So all the games that we need in the giveaway, there's probably $250 worth of games easily. Everdale, Minions of Mordok, Q's and Q's, Street Fighter. What else we got in there? Epion, Almanac, thanks but no thanks. The game we just played, the Queen of Hearts, or the Hearts of Crowns.
Hearts.
Yeah.
Crown of Hearts.
Crown of Hearts, Shamans. There's tons. There's lots of games. Lots of games. If you would like to have a chance, if you get those games, you're going to win those games. You can click on the link we always have down below going out to our Extra Life page. There's a $10 donation. Make that $10 donation that enters you into the running for the game. You can enter as many times as you want, as I've mentioned in the unboxings. But we are also doing giveaways during our live stream. So come out and join us for the 13 hours each day. Not to be all 13 hours, just 12 of them. 12 of them is fine. And if you're there during one of the gameplays, you will have the opportunity to win a game there as well. With that, we're going to get into our Halloween game here. So this is a game we had put up on the poll a couple times. It never really came close to winning, but we wanted to get it played. It is played over the course of 5 chapters. For those of you that grew up with it, it's going to be kind of like a nostalgia trip. For those of you that don't know about what this is Choose Your Own Adventure. So Choose Your Own Adventure was a book series. I don't know if they still make them. I think I saw them at Barnes & Noble, so I think you could still get them. Also, we need to change this microphone because that probably sounds really funny. How about we check that? There we go. That was probably horrible for the first 10 minutes of this video. We're just a train wreck waiting to happen. And it eventually happens. I forgot I had to change it when I did the unboxings.
Right.
So this way it is just towards you. This way it's towards you and me. So basically I was talking behind it, so it was having to come all the way around the microphone to pick up my voice. Now luckily my voice carries, so it was able to pick it up. But I guarantee you that sounds really funny. They get to this point and it's gonna be like, what just happened? But anyways, yeah, so you basically get to choose your adventure, go through a book. It says, hey, when you're on this, would you like to do X? Would you like to do Y? Turn to page, whatever. This is going to be in that same vein. As we go through, we're going to have story chapters that we read, and we're going to have to try to find out what's happening in the House of Danger. So I believe it said we are, paranormal detectives or investigators on the top object of the game. Yeah, there we go.
You're detective and psychic investigator.
All right.
See, that's what
Yeah, you can read that.
So you are an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. For weeks you have experienced recurring nightmares that you sense might be important. Your mission is to get to the bottom of these visions. You will decide how to move through the story as a group. The story is divided into 5 chapters, each of which is to be played in a single session. Each chapter is a single session. We're not doing all 5 chapters. Okay.
Studio says we sound better. So Studio, thank you. Yeah, I knew. And what's bad is when I was doing the unboxing this morning, I knew I was going to have that. I'm like, no, I'm going to forget to do this. I knew. I was like, and guess what? I forgot to do it. I probably need to just try what an unboxing sounds like, leaving it on the figure 8 symbol, but either way.
Yeah.
So if anybody is out there watching with us, then of course you can help us decide what we're doing. We've not played this. If you've played it, then of course, no spoilers. Swiper, no swiping, or spoiler, no spoiler. So it told us first we needed to take a good look at this board. Now this is the only thing, again, with the EOS that we're not going to be able to do these kinds of things. We're thinking about maybe doing a green screen with our old webcam. We just got to figure out how to set that up. But it said take a good look. So there's a lady up there. I don't know what those blue things are. There's a sword and some water. There's the house that's on the box. I don't know what this thing is over there. That looks like a safe. There's some ooze. There's a froggy. There's some trash and barrels. It looks like another locker. I guess it's not a safe. I guess it's like a locker. This thing, there's like a little meter thing that's like red, 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 yellow.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of stuff on here. Guess what? We cheated. We took a picture. So this goes here, and then I think it says put this where? No, it should be on the other side. Yeah, so put this on the 3. Yeah, and it says put this on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then we have our dice, and we have our 2 starter cards. So as we go through our adventure, we are going to be able to pick up items to help us. Right? So I think that's it.
Okay, yes.
All right. So we need to read the first chapter. So it says, always keep this over top. Oh, wow. Hang on. I might be reading a while. Continued on back. Continued on 1. Continued on back. Continued on... Oh, hang on. There we go. Whoop. All right. I had to figure out where it stopped. All right, so I get to read, and then it says you're supposed to pass it to the other person, so then Oddity reads the next thing after this. But I've got the heavy lifting here. Gotta clear my throat. All right. It's a Tuesday morning in late June, and you wake up in a cold sweat. The nightmares came again last night. Even though you are an aspiring detective and psychic investigator, you haven't been able to make sense of the haunting dreams you've had these last few weeks. In your dreams, you keep seeing the same spooky house. You're still shivering under the covers when you hear the phone ring downstairs in your basement, where you have the combination office and research laboratory, or laboratory. Tomato, tomato. You dash down to the lab to answer it. I need, a weak voice says when you pick up the receiver. I need your help. You hear a loud click and the phone goes dead. But you were prepared. While the caller was talking, you activated your high-speed telephone tracing device. It instantly displays the caller's number, 555-7259. I told you about the 555, right? That's the fake number. Mm-hmm. You call back the number right away, but there's no answer. After consulting the tall stack of reverse phone books behind your desk, you're disappointed to learn the number is unlisted. You sense that the phone call is somehow related to your nightmares. Later, while at the Hedgebrook Police Station, you return a night scope you borrowed from the recent stakeout. You describe the mysterious phone call and your recurring dream to your friend, Sergeant Morrison. The call does sound strange, he says. We'll look into it. And about that house in your dreams, a voice says from the hallway. I wonder if you're dreaming about the Martison house out on Hedgebrook Road. Detective Murphy sticks his mustache face into the room. Modern house, ornate gate. That sounds like the Martison place, all right, says Sergeant Morrison. Strange things are reported to happen out there. Detective Murphy takes a puff of his pipe. That place is haunted, he says. I know it sounds unprofessional, but I've had a file of Madison House for years, and I'm sure of it. He waves a folder in front of your eyes, and a phone number written on the front jumps out to you. It matches the one from your mysterious phone call. So the call is related to your nightmares. Your psychic senses were right. Draw clue number 26 to discover your goal. So we need clue number 26. Studios still love these books. Reverse phone book stack. Wow. Well, now this is based off of, I didn't know that, but this is actually based off the actual book. So it is based off that old book from the 80s. There is a second game. I don't know if there's a third. There's a second game. So if we like this, we might pick up the second game. All right, so what is our goal?
It says, get inside the Marsden house. Get inside the Marsden's house.
Okay.
Place this card in the gold slot above the psychic scale while playing this chapter.
All right, so that goes on the top. That is our goal. All right, so I guess we can kind of slide that down in there. Does it slide in there? Not really. There we go. So that is our goal for Chapter 1, is to get inside. All right. Back at home, you grab a bottle of water and your trusty pocket knife, preparing for a new investigation. Half an hour later, you stand before the Martison house, which appears exactly as it did in your nightmares. The house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to the antiqued appearance of the stone wall and the wrought iron gate, which is locked shut and wrapped in steel chains. Even though the air is balmy, a chill travels down your spine. The gathering clouds on the horizon hint at a brewing summer thunderstorm. All right, so we have two options. So our first option is if you search the wall for a way in. That's our first option. Or we can climb the gate to get in. So do we want to search the walls or climb the gate? I think if we search the walls, we might find something. If we climb the gate, we might tear our pants.
Okay, let's then search the walls.
All right, search the walls. That is, it says go to number 13. All right, so you read, continued on back. Is that the end of it? Continue to back. Yep, so that is it.
From here?
Yep, so you read the front.
Moving along the mossy stone wall that surrounds the property, you come across a jagged opening created by fallen rocks. It's just big enough for you to squeeze through. Once on the other side of the wall, you find yourself standing in a cobblestone plaza surrounded by marble and bronze figures. Most of the sculptures depict men gazing off into the distance as if pondering the deeper meaning of it all, but at the edge of the courtyard is a monumental statue of a man atop a muscular steed. To your right, a stony pathway leads away from the statuary and into a picturesque garden where topiary bushes have been trimmed into whimsical shapes.
Oh, at least we're getting something happy. You got some whimsical shaped bushes. All right, and then flip over. So there is the steed.
If you inspect the statue of the man on the horse, you go to story card 4. If you walk toward the topiary bushes, you go to story card 15.
I'm liking searching though. I want to find stuff.
To inspect.
Well, no. It says go to story card 4. Right.
Oh, to story card.
Yep. So all right, put that one here. All right, so number 4, continue on back. All right, here we go. Number 4. The horseman is a dashing, bearded Civil War soldier, his bronze face stoic. He holds out a cavalry saber toward the brooding sky. The sword's edge glints in the weak sunlight and penetrates the thickening clouds above. The sword looks almost new. At the base of the statue is a plaque that proclaims this is the memorial to Henry Marsden. The plaque reads, Henry Marsden, born 1839, died 1887, general in the Union Army during the Civil War. Severely wounded at the Battle of Shiloh in 1862, appointed warden of Hedgebrook Prison in 1880. To your left is the entrance to a hedge maze. To your right, a graying picket fence with a rickety wooden gate. You can see 2 stone angel statues, and beyond them a cemetery. All right. So here we go. So we have our first challenge here. Here's our first challenge. Optional challenge, we can search the monument's base. We get to draw a clue. Lose, raise the danger meter. Or optional challenge, climb the statue to examine the saber. Win, draw clue number 2. Lose, raise danger meter by 2. You may try again. After challenges, make the below choices. So we can actually make both challenges if we wanted to. So what's the symbols meant some? Oh, the symbols is just what you can use to improve it. So we have nothing to improve it right now, I don't think. We have to do a regular die. So we have to, in order to win these, to succeed, we have to roll higher than a 3. So a 3 or higher. Sorry, we have to roll higher than a 2. So do you want to search the base? Or do you want to climb? Do you want to do both?
Both.
All right, so let's try to search. This one we can only try once. So go ahead and roll the dice. Make sure nice big open hands. Make sure we get a good roll. Make sure it rolls across the table a little bit. 4! That is a success! So you get clue number 18. Woohoo! We're doing great. All right, what do we get?
It says bonus story choice. When you inadvertently press a hidden switch, the statue slides to one side, revealing a cement passage. Place a new story choice below at the bottom. Oh, this is good.
Oh, so it's just a new choice at the bottom.
It says or. What? Or if you want to see where the hidden passage leads, go to story card.
No, it just meant put this at the bottom. See, chink, chink, chink. Now we have three. We have three choices. That's what it meant. Just put it at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we succeeded there. So let's go ahead and do that one. Woo! 3 on the money. All right, so we get clue number 2. Is that going to give us a saber? We can upgrade our pocket knife with a saber. Ooh!
The saber comes loose in your hand. It's heavy and quite sharp. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Finish story card 4.
All right, so go ahead 1, 2. So we go up our psychic scale. This is story card 4, so put it down here with our dagger. So now we have 2 ways to improve our dice roll. This improves it by 1. This one improves it by 2 if we have to fight somebody. So you can tell we're going to have to fight people. All right, so we can enter the maze, we can go to the cemetery, or we can find out where the creepy passage goes. I think it was a hidden passage. I think hidden passages are important. Like, why would you hide it? I don't want to get lost in a maze, and I really don't care for a creepy cemetery.
I think the hidden passage.
It's hidden. It was hidden for a reason. All right, so we put that there. Goes there. So what was that? 28. 28.
Yep.
There we go. 28. All right. So it looks like maybe only the first one was a double, more than 1 page. I read last, right? So this is yours.
You creep through the darkness and find the cement walls end as natural stone and earth begin. Occasional events to the surface letting just barely enough light to see by. Ahead you glimpse the warm firelight of torches. You come to a fork in the tunnel lit by the dancing flames. One tunnel descends deeper and is half filled with water. You could swim through it, but you can't see where the tunnel leads or how far it goes. Another tunnel looks partially caved in. Tiny clumps of earth periodically fall from the ceiling as you approach this tunnel, and several of the supports that hold the walls up have gaping cracks in them.
That's not good either.
No.
All right, so there's our tunnel. They give us a picture of the tunnel that we're going to. So here is our tunnel. All right, so we can either go in the water tunnel or we can go to the partially collapsed tunnel. I would rather go the water. I don't want that thing to collapse on us.
Yeah.
You didn't seem to care for, once you heard that it was collapsing, you weren't happy about that one either.
No.
No? Okay. All right, so 22. Yep. Is that, hang on. Oh, that's... Okay. I guess that's it. All right, 22. Mustering all the courage you can, you dive into the watery tunnel. There is just enough room in the tunnel above the water for you to lift your head between strokes and take a breath. Eventually, the tunnel drops lower and lower until it's completely submerged underwater. You hold your breath, dive down, and look around. After about 30 feet, the tunnel opens up into a bigger body of water, a pond or a pool. With sunlight beaming into it, you pop up for air. Well, I've come this far, you think. You're ready to chance it. You take a deep breath and dive back down. You get 10 feet in, 15 feet in, 20 feet in. Just as you're about to exit the underwater tunnel, something tugs on your leg. You can't tell if it's an animal or if you're just caught in the underwater vine. Fight challenge acquired. Fight to escape. Win, we get to draw a clue. Lose, raise danger meter by 4 and try again. All right. We're still at 3. I think we're still good. I think we can just try to roll. I don't think we need to increase our dice yet, right? Do you want to use a weapon? You want to... Man, again, 3 or higher. We're still good. We're still in the 3s.
3 or higher, I think.
I mean, even if we raise the danger meter, well, if you raise the danger meter by 4, puts us there. I'm going for it. Oh, 1. Oh man. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a moment. By 4? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, wow, it goes more than I thought. Alright, well, now we have to roll a 4 or higher.
So lose... okay.
We have to go until you get this. You got to keep going until you get that. And then if you get all the way to the top, then you drop your psychic meter by 2, and then the challenge goes back down. The challenge meter goes back up. Oh, man.
We're dying there in the water.
We're dying in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 5. I don't use my items this early, but now we're kind of stuck. So when it says we use an item, do we use it forever?
Items. Some clues are items to keep and use later. If you draw a clue that states keep this item, place that at the bottom. Yeah,
there should be a section that talks about, there it is, challenge boosters.
Some clue items are challenge boosters, which you can add to your die you roll during a challenge. Items that are challenge boosters show 1 or 2 and feature an icon showing what type of challenge they can boost.
So really, then we can use it. I think we can use it every turn. I think this just replaced our knight. Because see, this one says discard to do it. This one doesn't say discard it. So I don't think we technically lose it. Warning, if you roll a 1, one's always one. We rolled 2 1s. It didn't matter. Even if we would have used it, I was going to say we could go back. But if you roll a 1, it's an automatic failure no matter what. So we always get +2 because we've always got this. Okay. All right. So you go ahead and roll now. We've always got the +2. It's just this makes it go down. All right. You need to get a 3. A 3 for us to succeed.
Please be a 3. Please be a 3.
Or higher. A 2 is not a 3.
Or higher.
All right. Well, that goes up. That makes this go down 2. So we lost our psychic stuff, but this does start all the way over. All right. Now we're guaranteed to have it. We almost have to have it now. Roll again. We lost all of our bonus that we got from doing what we did. 4. That's fine. 2 + 2 is 4. We only needed 3 this time. All right. So we're good. So clue number 20. All right. What do we got?
The light, whatever it is, wraps more tightly around your leg. Did I say the light?
You said the light.
The thing.
The light is wrapping around us. Yeah. It is embracing us. Yeah, because we failed so many times, we're losing breath. And we're, take me to the light. Yeah, something.
The thing, whatever it is, wraps more tightly around your leg. It's pulling you down. Another tendril or tentacle slides around your neck. You pry it off, and with the last of your strength, you give a powerful kick and you're free. Just like that, the thing is gone. You emerge into a swimming pool with a lush pool house next to it. Lower danger meter by 2 and go to story 23.
Can't lower it anymore. We already had to reset it. All right, so we go to 23. That just gets discarded. So we go to 23. All right. Who read the?
I think I did. Yeah.
You read this one, right?
The tunnel.
The tunnel. Yeah, you did the tunnel. Okay. It's obvious that nobody has cleaned the pool in ages. The water is murky green, the surface is littered with leaves and branches. Ripples pulse outward from the center of the pool. Out of nowhere, you hear a commotion. You look around and wonder if it's coming from inside the pool house nearby. Then you see movement on top of the gazebo in the distance. Someone, or something, is engaged in a struggle up there. Maybe they need your help. Then again, if you offer assistance, you might end up needing help yourself. Optional challenge. Investigate the ripples in the pool. If we win, it lowers the danger meter and we get a clue. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 2 and we can try again. After the challenge, we make a choice. So do we go try to help the person? Or do we say, fend for yourself?
No, I think we help.
Okay, we help. All right. So we got to roll the dice. We don't have any bonus for this. So this is straight roll. Got to get more than a 3. Well, 3 or more. 3 or more. 3 is good. We succeeded. So you get clue number 8. All right.
Clue number 8 says, you walk down the steps into the water and see what's making the waves. A strange wiring metal sphere, slightly bigger than a softball. You impulsively grab it. The sphere vibrates in your hand. There are 2 buttons on it. You press one, nothing happens. You press the other button. The sphere continues to vibrate. Instinctively, you press both buttons at the same time. The sphere stops moving and begins to glow.
What are you doing? You're going to lose our hands here. All right, well, draw the card. See what happens. We're going to die before we ever even get into the house. It says draw clue number...
What, 21?
21. All right.
The ball.
Oh, it's the ball.
Your psychic sense tells you this is an important item. Keep this item, move forward 3 spaces in the psychic scale, and finish story card 23.
All right, so we keep that for something. So it says we might need this for something. It's like Zelda. It's dangerous to go alone. Take me with you. All right, so we can go to the pool house, or we can go. Oh, that wasn't for the action. That was just for the rippling. There were 3 things. There was the rippling in the water. There was the pool house, and then there's the gazebo. Help the people at the gazebo. So do we want to go to the gazebo or the pool house? The person struggling is at the gazebo. The pool house. Pool house is just nearby. So you either have the pool house or help the person. You still want to help the person?
What do you want?
That's what you wanted to do. We'll help the person. We'll help them. Hopefully they give us something for helping them. I don't do good deeds for nothing. I don't do good deeds for nothing. Well, yeah, I do good deeds for nothing. We do extra life for nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's how we do good deeds for nothing. All right, what do we got?
You sprint to the gazebo, practically pushed along by the winds that are picking up. A light sprinkling of rain spatters the ground as you run. You make it to the shelter of the structure, and the mayhem occurring above you on the roof increases in intensity. Who is up there and what are they doing, you wonder. You notice a driveway about 20 feet away.
Blippy, blippy. Alright, so it's just showing the paint. Alright, premonition. If you're level 2 or higher, we draw 27. We are level 2. Good thing we got this ball. We wouldn't have got that. We wouldn't have been able to because we dropped back down. Actually, I think we were only 5 even before that ball, weren't we? I think we were 5 because we lost 2 or we lost 2. So we were actually only at 5. We wouldn't have been able to get that without that metal ball. Good thing we're investigating things.
Clue 27.
27. It's a clue.
It's something.
It's a clue. Oh, it's a door. It's like a warped doorknob. See, it's a door opening. See, and there's the handle.
Oh,
and then there's the door piece thingy.
Yes,
Thingamajig. The thingly. Thingamajig is Alex. And then yours is Thingly. Thingly. We gotta go back to Thingly. Alright, so what can we do? Climb to the top of the gazebo or run for the driveway. We're still trying to help the person?
Do you still
We've
want to help?
We've got our saber.
See, okay.
We got our saber. We can help people. That's what we do. We help people. Para los niños. Para los niños.
Para los niños.
Para los niños. All right. You stand on the gazebo's railing, steadying yourself by gripping an ornate post holding up the roof. The rumbling above sounds and feels frightening. What are you getting yourself into? Reluctant to barge into the middle of the situation, you raise yourself just enough to peek over and discover that there is no one on the gazebo roof. The commotion is actually a large satellite dish broken into 3 pieces. The big jagged fragments are still connected to the base by wires, and the violent winds are spinning them in circles with great force. Flailing wildly like an angry octopus, the satellite dish almost hits you in the face. You might be able to grab a piece zooming by. Challenge. Attempt to grab a piece of the satellite dish. We're at 3. Although we don't have any bonus, so we gotta roll at least a 3. I'll go for it. If you're afraid to, I'll do it. 3. 22. 22. How's the game going? In and out for dinner time. Also organizing my games and contents. It is going swimmingly. We've only failed drowning once. Twice. Almost 3 times.
You hold on to the top of the gazebo with one hand.
That was actually a funny joke without me even realizing it said it's going along swimmingly. And then I just went into that we were drowning. I missed the first part of what I said, actually associated with what was happening in the game. Okay, go back.
You hold onto the top of the gazebo with one hand, and time you launch perfectly. You snag a chunk of the
I don't want it to take off my
whirling.
head.
You snag a chunk of the whirling satellite dish.
Mm-hmm.
The piece appears to be made by hand, and engraving on it reads "Planet of Crystals."
I don't know if that's important or not. Okay, now what do we
Planet
do?
of Crystals.
Planet of Crystal. We don't have Planet of Crystals yet.
Draw clue 7.
Clue 7. Okay, so this doesn't actually have us do anything. It doesn't tell us to keep that. I'm wondering if Planet of Crystals is important, though. Remember Planet of Crystals? That was 6. 6.
Satellite dish.
Okay, so we take that with us most likely.
Your psychic sense tells you this is an important item.
Okay.
You look to your left and see a path to a driveway
I see Adri.
that might be the front of the house.
Right would be the driveway to the front of the
You
house.
jump off the gazebo and run to check it out.
Okay.
Keep this item or for 1 space on the psychic meter.
Alright, so move up 1 on the psychic meter. And go to story card 30.
Not 30. Oh, sí, 30.
Sí, 30.
I was reading this one.
Uh-oh. Really? That wasn't even an hour. Wow, we did that quick. Alright, I guess we can start chapter 2.
How much is that?
That was 35 minutes with the explanation. We did good. So chapter 1, goal achieved. You appear in a driveway which leads you to the mansion entrance. On the door is a plaque that reads Marsden, an enlarged crystal door knocker, which seems newer than everything else on the front of the building. You knock loudly many times, but there's no answer. The storm is really picking up now. You try the doorknob and are surprised to find that the door is unlocked. You've been lucky enough so far, but you wonder if you've missed something. Before you enter your house, you look back. You can see a few clear paths. One leads towards a statuary, another a small cemetery. 2 more paths stretch out towards a watery ditch with a gate and the house's luxurious pool. You could go back and explore if you want. Continue on back. Alright. Story return. There are items in this chapter that will be useful later in the story. You can take a risk and go back for any that you missed in the following choices below. Head to the statuary, raised danger meter by 2, and go to story card 4. If you head to the cemetery, raise danger meter by 2, go to story 21. If you head to the ditch, raise danger meter by 2 and go to story 26. If you head to the pool, raise danger meter by 2 and go to story 23. Otherwise, you may advance to chapter 2. I don't want to go back because I don't want to raise my danger meter. So we're going to take this out, this out. We take those out. And then we go in here to get chapter 2. And the clues go away. We get chapter 2 and chapter 2. You can try to open that one. I'll try to open this one. We can do them all in 30 minutes. We can actually get this whole thing done in a couple hours. It said 30 minutes per... Oh, mine actually was already ripped.
Oh, cheater.
Cheater. Cheater. We do need the cover. Now that is chapter 4. This is definitely not the right chapter. See, I completely screwed up.
Is this right?
Yeah, chapter 2. Yeah.
This is ripped, but it's not.
It's ripped but not ripped. How did these get out of order? Yeah, it was like 4, 5, 2, 3. Alright, put this back here so we have our game name and the things. People coming in. Oh, now I made fun of you, and now there we go. Nails are very, very beneficial. Go right in between the things.
Okay, maybe then. Or not.
Okay. So that. Oh. Advertisement. We'll need that. Okay. 628. Alright. Chapter 2.
The mansion. You made it. You're inside the Marsden House, the cursed edifice that has haunted your nightmares for weeks. Your trek through the mansion's grounds has left you with far more questions than answers, to the point where you have to wonder if the smart move would be to turn around right now and forget you ever came to this infernal place.
We're running. I don't know why we're here.
You're not quitter though.
Okay.
You're an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. You won't give up this case until you find out why a spooky, futuristic mansion you'd never seen before has somehow found its way into your dreams, and why you got a call from the house this morning. You're standing in a grand foyer.
Foyer.
Its modern decor is elegant and it's minimalism. Suddenly, a man in a delivery uniform bursts through a set of tall, double doors screaming. "Help! Help! They are after me!" the man cries. He rushes towards you but suddenly drops to the ground as if he had been hit by an invisible hammer. You dash to his side and hear his breath coming in short gasps that sound almost like sobs. He gives a terrible shriek and lies still. Thank you.
We need the sound effects. We need like one of those sound mixers like they have on the radio stations.
Oh, yeah. This man has been frightened to death.
Whoa!
Continue on storytelling.
I gave you the other card. Right, here's 31. Yep.
Just then he inhales sharply, jumps to his feet, and bolts past you and out to the house and out of the house. You breathe a deep sigh of relief. So, not quite to death. Something falls from his clothing as he makes his exit, and it hits the floor, tinkling. You kneel down to inspect the object and discover that it's a small dart, the kind that might have come from a blowgun.
Blowgun, like the ones you go... You go like
Whatever.
Somebody's trying to tranquilize him or something.
Oh, okay. Whatever this man was afraid of, his fear seems to have been justified. Just how dangerous is this house? As your thoughts swirl, a loud buzzing noise erupts from somewhere beneath your feet, shaking the floor. Oh my god. The noise is so loud, it drowns out the gathering storm outside. Just as quickly as it came, the noise stops. It sure sounds like something weird is happening beneath the manor. You're willing to bet that, whatever is happening in this place, the answers await you down there.
Continued on back. Mas!
But first this?
Yep,
No?
do that first.
Oh,
37.
no, 37. What?
5, 6, 7.
50.
Oh, 50. Oh, I thought it said 30. Okay.
Find access to the basement.
Oh, I forgot we already finished. It goes over in that pile. Alright, so this is our goal for chapter 2, is to get to the basement. Why are we going down? See, this is the thing with like horror movies. They either go down into a place that they can't get out of, up to a place they can't get out of, or a place with a lot of weaponry that could kill them.
You don't see any way to a lower level from the foyer.
Okay.
Rather, a sweeping stairway leads upstairs, while the double doors that the frightened man ran through head off to your right, and the smaller door, slightly ajar, leads in the opposite direction.
So there's that dart.
If you take to the stairs to the second floor, go to story 39. If you go through the double doors, go to story 51. If you walk through the smaller door, go to story 42.
Okay,
I don't know!
So the options were stairway goes upstairs, double doors is where the frightened man came from, and a smart door goes in the opposite direction of the frightened man. I don't see how going up would help us go down.
Yeah.
So we can either go where the guy was being chased from, or the direction the guy was running to.
Where he was from, Miss Mercer?
What? He said somebody was chasing him from that direction. They said they were trying to kill him.
But we are investigating.
Okay, we're investigating. We're going to figure out who was trying to hurt this man, so we're going to go through
I don't know.
Double Doors, 51.
So you said something.
There's a new paranormal activity movie on Amazon Prime. Of course, there's Deep Pit, and of course, the morons go into it. Now, that's the one thing. I can't watch scary movies with Audrey. It's not happening. Like Nemesis alone, when we play Nemesis, and I get that, I've got to paint that while she's out of the country, because she's not going to paint that stuff, right? She'll play it with me, but the aliens are going to have to stay far away from her. But yeah, so like scary movies I have to watch with my nieces and nephews. 51. But I remember I forget if it was an insurance commercial or something else, and it was like, you don't always make the wisest decisions, just like a horror movie, right? And it shows them like going here, going there, and you see the one guy's like, why don't they just go to the running car? And they're like, no, let's go into the shed with the pointy objects. All right, 51. You enter a formal dining room decorated with modern style. The walls are a deep, moody gray, with a table and chairs lacquered glossy black. Well, not quite. A glass vase containing limp, long dead flowers sits in the center of the table. Around the table sit 4 men. Uh-oh. Their skin and uniforms are all shades of shimmering white and blue, and a wispy aura wafts off them like smoke. They're dressed in Civil War era Union soldier uniforms and talking as if telling stories around a campfire. One has the feet propped up on the table. They don't seem to be aware of your presence. You notice a wooden door that is rattling, as if something is behind trying to escape. Beams of blue light shoot out of the keyhole and the wooden slats of the door. There's also a narrow swinging door at the end of the dining room that probably leads to the kitchen. Free action. You're at level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, and if you want to get closer and listen to the stories, draw card number 48. So these are ghosts. I don't know if you got that. You got a little cold chill.
Because they don't notice your presence.
Don't notice your presence. It said they were blue and shimmering with like stuff. So they're ghosts. They're Civil War ghosts. Do you want to listen to their story? It's a free action. We don't have to. It's not a challenge. We just can listen to their story. All right. It's 48.
You creep closer and overhear bits and pieces of conversation. One ghost mentions barely surviving a savage attack, unlocking the dangerous one in the secret passage between the kitchen and the master bedroom.
Oh, so he died when he tried to go through a secret passage?
Yeah.
So the ghost mentions barely surviving an attack, locking the dangerous one in a secret passage between the kitchen and the master bedroom. So there will be a secret passage, and we don't want to go in there because that's where the dangerous one is. Okay, cool. We got us a clue. All right, so we can either open the rattling wood door that has the blue light, which is probably another ghost, or we can sneak past and go to the kitchen. Do you think these guys locked up one of their friends in the cabinet? And he'll thank us for letting him out? No? You want to just go on to the kitchen? Sneak past and go to the kitchen.
I don't know.
You don't know? What would you do if you were in this situation and you're a paranormal investigator and there's something paranormal inside of a cabinet? Would you go look in the cabinet? You would look in the cabinet. Okay. All right. You got to read this one. This is you. You're gonna be the one that's gonna get scared from the cabinet.
I'm gonna get nightmares tonight.
54.
The kitchen looks a bit dark compared to what you've
Studio
seen.
says, what would a foolish movie character do? Open the door. So we're gonna play stupid movie characters. What would we do? The wrong thing. Nope.
The kitchen looks a bit drab compared to what you've seen in the rest of the
house.
I
didn't open the door. We accidentally went to the kitchen. Guess we're going to the kitchen.
What were you supposed to do?
I was supposed to do 37, not 50.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
A large blue refrigerator stands
That may come
lonely
back to bite
against
us.
one wall. A heavy chain wrapped around it, holding it closed.
Well, that's not good either.
The opposite wall is dominated by tall cupboards. Black and white checkered tile covers the countertops and the floors, and a butcher's block on the counter is stained and a deep crimson.
Yeah, crimson, red, blood.
From heavy use.
Oh, from heavy use.
On the far side of the room, there's a small door that appears to lead to a wine cellar.
Okay.
Too many things.
Flip over. All right. So we can search the cupboard.
Or we can open the fridge. Try to open the fridge.
Fridge has got chains on. I ain't going near that fridge. I'll search the cupboards. I'll do that. 2. That is a failure. What happens if we fail?
Raise danger meter by 1.
It doesn't say that we can try again.
After challenges, continue below. Enter the wine cellar by going to story 6.
56. Alright. It goes there. Yeah, I messed up there. We didn't get to find out what was inside the cabinet. At the end, of course, it'll tell us to go back and, try again. 56. Alright. Alright, 56. The door to the wine cellar is covered with a leathery overlay that is embossed with grapevine patterns. Someone here must really like their wine. You push the open door into the pitch-black room and hear odd noises coming from unseen machine in the distance. This space might be bigger than you thought. As you try to find the light switch, you discover a ladder on your left and a door to your right. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you can make out a bomb shelter sticker on the door and a small storage compartment next to the shelter door, about as tall as your knee. Free action. If you'd like to get down on your hands and knees and root around the storage compartment, draw clue number 35. Sure, it's a free action. I'll always do a free action. So it's some kind of, I guess this was his bomb shelter and they turned it into a wine cellar. Back in the Cold War, most houses were built with bomb shelters because we were afraid that the communists and Russia and whatnot they were going to nuke us, right? They were going to bomb us. So people were building bomb shelters back in the 60s. I don't know if it's 60s, it's like 70s and 80s.
Climbing boots.
Ooh.
Look at these things. You'll be able to climb like a squirrel wearing these boots. Keep this item.
So now we have +2. That's good. +2 to our climbing stuff. All right. So if you climb the ladder, draw clue number 40. You go to the bomb shelter, go 47. Well, considering we have these wonderful climbing boots, I think we should climb the ladder. I like anytime there's a red dot. Red dots make me happy.
40.
40.
Don't make fun of my accent.
No, that was me. That didn't even sound like your accent. 40.
40.
That's 4 T's, you know that? 40. 4 T's. Oh, that's mucho.
You climb the ladder into darkness. The temperature warms as you leave the wine cellar, but as you ascend a narrow shaft for what must be several minutes, you feel the temperature grow colder again every 10 rungs or so. Could you be going in circles, vertically? No, you're pretty sure the laws of physics don't work that way. Finally, the ladder ends. You open a door in front of you and jump out into a room. Go to story 36.
36. All right. All right. There we go. We got our we don't even get to hear the spooky music. Only you guys get to hear the spooky music. All right, ready? 36. Okay. You arrive in a large room with high ceilings and 5 billiard tables lined up in the center. Oh, that's not bad. We found the game room. Wonder if they got Parcheesi. 4 of the tables are lit by exquisite lamps suspended above them. Billiard balls are neatly racked on the 5th table, which sits in the shadows as if waiting for a game to begin. A small bar stands against one wall. Atop the bar, 15 overturned crystal glasses are arranged to form a pyramid. There's a weirdly small door at the far side of the room. It seems to have been designed for a child, but you might be able to squeeze through it if you tried. You hear rain pattering against a skylight window. It's nearly dusk outside, and the rain appears to have started in earnest. So it's getting worse. Premonition. If you are 2 or higher on the psychic scale, draw clue 52. Good thing we're 2 or higher on that psychic scale. No calyx? No, we don't have a calyx. Oh, you mean them? No, there was no calyx in the room. This was before IKEA. They're not true collectors. They probably just have Monopoly, Life, Risk, Chess, Parcheesi, Yahtzee.
Es fuego.
Oh, some fuego. 52? 52. Oh. Oh, there's an explosion.
An explosion.
Yeah, it's an explosion because there's like pieces of like a door handle, door hinge and stuff. So it's like an explosion of some sort. All right, so we got more fotografias. All right, optional challenge. Inspect the billiard table in the shadows. Draw clue 33. Lose, raise the meter, or we get the clue. We need to get a 3 or higher. Yeah. That is a 6. That is not only the highest number we can get. That is that's like a crit. If we had we should play with the D20, right? That's how you make sure you win this game. Play with a D20. Play with the extra life D20. I did want to get that extra life dice set, but unfortunately we didn't get any donations during the period. Because that we would be able to play those on any game that we play.
This one get me confused.
It says draw 33. That's the when we win it. That's the extra option we're gonna have. So you're gonna find something.
Bonus story choice. You find a switch and the pool table turns over to reveal a strange motorized mechanism. Okay. Maybe it lowers the table down to the basement.
Well, maybe.
Place this new option on the story card.
All right, so we have a new option. So we can go through the small door, or we can use the switch, which is supposed to take us down. And we want to go down. I'm saying we do this. I like whenever we find something, I feel like what we find is the best option. So I say we go to story card 52. You can always overrule me.
No?
No? That was what you wanted to do?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. That's not very sure. Like, yeah, sure.
I didn't say that.
You read because you read the bill. No, I read the billiards. You read. Your turn. That's in the game rules. So if you're trying to figure out why we're passing it back and forth, it's in the rules. So we're just following the game rules because we don't want the rules Nazis to come after us like they do.
You don't like me to read only because the game says so.
I was making a joke. That's on yoke.
You climb onto the table and wait to descend. Something's wrong. You begin to go up instead of down.
Oh, yeesh.
You rise rapidly and crash through the skylight.
Well, that's not good either.
Glass shatters all around you. The lift keeps going up until you're almost 2 full stories above the house.
This is like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. At the very end when they're in the elevator and it goes through.
I don't know.
Oh, guess we gotta watch Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
My sister read a book.
See, it's a book, and there's 2 movies.
She loved that book. I don't remember. The rain is falling so heavily that you're quickly soaked, and dark clouds roil on the horizon all around you. You see lightning strike in the distance, and you're filled with horror as you realize you are now on a towering metal pillar in the middle of the thunderstorm.
Hoi!
This is a giant lightning rod.
That's not good. We're going to get electrocuted. Why did you tell me to play the switch? I told you to talk me out of it.
Lightning strikes the hydraulic lift, and you feel a searing flash of heat as millions of volts pulsate through your body. The shock forces you to let go of the pole, and before you hit the ground, you black out forever.
Did we just lose?
Continue back. The end.
Oh, that was not what we wanted to do. That was a failure.
Move back 1 space on the psychic scale and return to story 36.
Okay, so I guess we're going to 44 instead. So tip, guys, don't always do the stuff that the clues give you. I think they were being easy on us in the first chapter. Second chapter, they're getting a little bit mean. What did I say? What number? 44?
36.
Well, yeah, which is what we were on. Basically, when you lose, you don't lose the game. So there's really no way to lose this game. Choose your own death adventure. Yeah. There's really no way to lose the game. What happens is you get less and less psychic skill, and it just makes the game more difficult. It says you don't ever lose even when you die. You just basically get reincarnated. Or maybe this is all a dream. Remember, we saw the house in our dreams. Maybe the whole thing's just a dream. Well, if you die in your dream, you're supposed to die in real life, I think, too.
Oh my god, don't say that!
That's why you always wake up.
I'm gonna die.
No, that's why you always wake up before. Okay.
You're gonna get me anxiety again.
No anxiety. Do I need to go get the hemp oil? Entering a child's playroom, you find a giant overstuffed... We went through the small door that a kid could go through. You find a giant overstuffed toy box resting against one wall, and in the middle of the room stands a dollhouse which appears to be a perfect replica of the Martison house. As you approach the dollhouse, you notice that the walls of the playroom are covered with shelves full of porcelain dolls, their eyes peering down at you. It's difficult to break their gaze. The eyes seem to draw you into the blackness of their dead stares. Not looking away, you feel yourself shrinking smaller and smaller. Soon, the dolls seem to loom over you, even more frightening than before, although they never move from their perches. Eventually, you're the size of the doll yourself, and you stand on the playroom floor beside the replica of the Martison house. From where you stand, you can see the front door of the dollhouse. Oh, I got cold chills in that one. Did you get cold chills in that one? I got cold chills in that one. There you go. So you got the dolls, and we're very tiny, and their dark eyes are looking at us. Enter the door of the dollhouse by going to story card number 40. Man, I don't want to go through somewhere that we already got. Studio says dolls are the worst. Creepy dolls with eyes that follow you. I don't know. What's worse? The creepy dolls with the eyes that follow you, or the photos with eyes that follow you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, 49. You're the one taking us. You're going to take us in the dollhouse. Dolls. Studio says dolls.
And dolls are worse.
Dolls are worse because if it's a photo, well, see, with a photo, it could be like somebody's hiding back behind the photo, right? So they could come out at you. With a doll, it's like it's the doll, and the doll could just, because it's a 3D object, it could come out. Okay, well, we're going into the dollhouse. Maybe there'll be more dolls in there.
The dollhouse entryway has doorways leading to a dining room, a parlor, and a bedroom. Before you can think about where you should go next, something distracts you. There's a force at work here, a presence you can't ignore. Something or someone seems to be calling you, drawing you onward. You can tell this dollhouse is a hub of psychic energy, a nexus of weird power. You'll need to stay sharp.
Okay. Alright, so we have 3 doors.
3 doors. If you go to the dollhouse dining room, go to story 35.
Dining room, parlor
57, bedroom 41. I don't know.
I don't know either, because it didn't really give us any clues of which way we should go. It wasn't like anyone was like really speaking out to you, right? Did it say which sides are on? No, it just says leading to it. It doesn't even tell you which one of these is which.
No.
Yeah. Like, oh, well, like a kitchen. Yeah. You're thinking the kitchen window, yeah. I'm thinking parlor. There's an old saying. It says, welcome, it's the spider says, welcome to the parlor, my fly, or something like that. It's like it's a thing about like getting trapped. So I don't want to go to the parlor. So it's either the bedroom or the dining room. It's a trap! Maybe the ghosts are in this dining room too.
Okay.
You want to go to the dining room? Alright, we'll go to the dining room. Alright, 35. We're going to see if the ghosts are in this dining room as well. Alright, 35, 38, 32, 33, 35. Alright. See how creepy this gets. Just for Halloween, just for you guys. All right. Seated at the head of the dollhouse dining room table is a doll wearing a crown. It's a doll king with an oddly compelling glass eye. They sparkle with a kind of dark power. As you look into those eyes, you sense a strange tingle in your mind. This doll is reaching out to you mentally.
Oh my
You
God.
don't know why, but you feel like he wants to fight you. On the plane of pure thought. You sense this could help you strengthen your psychic abilities. Around the dining table, 2 doors lead to other rooms inside the dollhouse. So, optional challenge. Overpower the doll king with your mind. We get clue, which is going to increase our psychic power, because it kind of gave us that hint. And then we get to make a choice. Let's try to increase our psychic power. We need más psíquica. Alright, we need to get higher than 3. 4. So 56. 56. ¿No? Sí. Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Números. Es muy difícil.
No.
Okay.
You,
In French. Sí.
in French, yes. You project your thoughts at the little king, little light through a magnifying glass. You focus on the doll's mind, narrowing your thoughts into a light beam. Finally, when you can hardly take any more, the doll blinks.
Oh,
You won!
We won.
Keep this card. Move forward 2 spaces in the psychic.
It says keep that card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfinished story 35.
1, 2. It says, huh?
Let's finish story card.
Oh, which is this one. All right. So we can either go to the parlor again or the bedroom. Again, I think the parlor's a trap,
Then the
so
bedroom.
we're going to the bedroom. All right. It says keep the card.
Keep this
All right,
card.
we'll put it down here, I guess. I don't know what it's going to do for us. Doesn't have any abilities. Doesn't have a discard function. So 41. All right. Here, you can read about the bedroom. Enjoy.
The dollhouse bedroom is filled with miniature furnishing, which are now full size to you. A
We got
cozy chair, a dresser, a lamp, and a bed.
Honey, I Shrunk the Psychic Detective.
Lying in the bed, its head on a pillow, is a stuffed mouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's so lifelike. You catch yourself thinking you should step quietly so you don't wake it up. Your psychic sense starts to pulse.
Mm-mm.
You get the feeling something very important is hidden in this room. If you are at level 3 or
We're not.
higher on the psychic scale, draw clue 50.
We are not. So we cannot draw clue 50.
Oh, we are
We're
level
2.
2. Continuing the dark.
Yeah, we've lost we've lost 3 psychic total throughout the game. Remember, because when we died, we lost 1, and then when we had to reset this, we lost 1. So, man, you said there was something important in that room. That's the hard knock life.
Free action. No, this is the...
Oh yeah, you already did the free action. We can't do it because we're not high enough, right?
Yeah. So
There's
this is
there's the mouse.
in the...
Okay, in the bed. Oh, he's so cute.
See.
He's lindo. All right.
If you go to the dollhouse dining room, go to story card
We already
35.
did dining room.
So the only option is the
We have to go to the parlor. I feel like the parlor's a trap. Like it's a trap. I forget, what is it? Parlor to the fly, or the spider to the fly? Welcome to the parlor, so the spider to the fly, or something like that. Because parlors, well, no, dining room here. What's the parlor? Parlor's the entryway? I forget what a parlor is. I don't know.
like a living, like a...
Is it like a meeting room, maybe? I don't know. Look it up. Piano takes up one corner of the dollhouse parlor. A doll sits on a piano bench, wearing a crown with a rich red gown. Hands poised above the keys. This is the doll queen. Even though her back is turned, you feel as though she's daring you to face her in some kind of bizarre piano contest of the mind. No, that wasn't there. Perhaps accepting the queen's unusual challenge and defeating her will increase your psychic skills. You notice a painting above the piano. It depicts a solarium and is so spellboundingly realistic that you can't help but reach your hand out to touch it. You're amazed when your hand disappears into the painting, and you can touch the solarium on the other side. This painting is a magical portal, and it might be your only way out of this dollhouse. Optional challenge. Battle the doll queen so that way we can get more Psikika.
Okay.
Roll the dice. Battle the doll queen. See if we can get more Psikika. Más Psikika. Woohoo! Success! Número 30. 30. Is that going to put... Hopefully it gives us 3. Because then we can go back to the parlor.
The queen's hands don't move, but you hear her incredible piano playing swirl through the parlor, as fast as the wind. Now it's your turn. Reaching out to the piano with your brain, you wave notes into an intricate manic waltz? The waltz?
Yeah, manic waltz. Yeah.
Even faster and more beautiful than the queen's. Your music dances through the room. The queen's crown falls to the floor. You've bested her. You win.
Woo!
Keep this card.
It's keep the card so when you go back in the other room, you can't do it again.
Move forward 2 spaces still on the psychic scale. 2.
We're still 1 short. We still can't get the item. Oh well, gave us another 2. Alright.
Finish 30-56.
So, dollhouse, dining room doesn't help us anymore. We can't go to the bedroom because we're not high enough. If you have clue 50 and you want to enter the magic portal, draw clue 47, which we don't. If you do not have clue 50 and you want to enter the magical portal, draw clue 55. I guess we're drawing 55, which might not come out well. This may not end well. We may be missing something.
You take a deep breath and jump into the portal. A pins and needle sensation spreads over your body as you travel the dimensional pathway. When you reach the other side, you're standing in the solarium you saw in the picture. You've returned to your normal size.
Well, that's good.
Go to story card 48.
No, we don't keep that card. Okay. Alright, so... Well, I mean, we got a little bit. It said it was full of psychic energy, so it did give us some Psikika. If we would not have died, we actually would have been able to go back and get that other thing we needed. Alright. Who read last? Did I read this one? Piano taking up 1 corner. Yeah, I read that one. Cheers.
Once you've entered in the solarium, you notice how the glass panes are in angular shapes that create a spiderweb pattern across the ceiling. There are clay pots with exotic plants on every flat surface. Welcome, you hear a female voice say. We are so glad you found your way here.
Oh, that's not creepy.
An elderly woman in a long black dress and white apron glides into view from behind a wall. Oh, that's the one we saw. She appears to be the housekeeper. She raises one finger and curls it toward her, beckoning you. We've been expecting you. Come this way, she says.
That's not good.
Something in her voice makes you freeze. This might be trouble. You notice something shiny tucked behind a tropical shrub, but you'll probably have to deal with the housekeeper before you can investigate it. You glimpse an art gallery beyond the solarium.
Oh, there she is. She's the lady on the box.
Yes.
So optional challenge.
She's the lady on the picture.
Let me see the book real quick, the instruction real quick, because I'm wondering if technically this adds up and we get 3. Like, I wonder if they add up and combine.
Yeah.
And then you can read what
it says, optional challenge, attempt to excuse yourself if you are level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, add +1 to your roll, in addition to any challenge booster. So add 1, here we add.
Yeah.
Add 1.
Okay, no. Well, we don't have another challenge booster.
Yeah, we are at the level 2, right?
I'm thinking that's what we would have found in the bedroom, was probably something to help our psychic. So with the challenge booster, you choose your challenge booster. You basically choose which one you want, and then it says you return it to your inventory. Oh, if you roll a 1 while using a challenge booster, you lose the item. That's why. So earlier, when we rolled those 1s, we didn't say we were going to use a challenge booster, which was actually to our benefit. So technically, you kind of always want to use the pocket knife, because if you lose it, then you still have the better. Saber if you ever get higher on the danger meter. Alright, so challenge. We're number 2. So we get a +1 to our dice in addition to any challenge. Alright, so you go ahead and rolly, rolly, rolly. If you do not take the challenge, continue below. Okay. That's perfecta! So we get to win 39. Oh, if you lose, there's actually an option. So it wasn't like the other where we have to increase the danger or lose psychic.
Yeah.
That one we just have to draw another card. Which that card could say do the same thing. 39. Alright. 39.
Large metal rod. You calmly explain to the woman that you'd rather not go with her, and she returns to tending her plants. You
That's
grab
odd.
the shiny object before leaving and find that it's warm to the touch. Your psychic sense tells you that this is an important item. You slip away to your gallery. Keep this item. Move forward. Oh, this one.
Yeah, card. That's 32, right? No.
No. Move forward
3
3
spaces.
spaces on your psychic sense.
1, 2, 3. Can we go back to the bedroom now? How do we get back to the bedroom? We got to go back through the roof.
Go to story card 232.
So we skipped the rest of that card. 32. All right. Stepping into the marble-floored art gallery, you're amazed by more than 100 gold-framed paintings plus countless abstract modern sculptures and pedestals. Wow. The entire collection must be worth gazillions. Gazillions. That's not even a word. Too bad you've got no time to admire any of it. You're eager to keep moving forward. French doors lead to the study, and the doorway leads outside. You can see a pathway leading to the attached structure that appears to be a mother-in-law's apartment. Mother-in-law suite, aka mother-in-law apartment, I guess. Premonition. If you are level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, draw clue 54. We're up here in the threes now, man. Give us some juicy 3 stuff.
53?
54. No, so there's the art gallery. There you go. Oh, we have that's like a safe lock thing. All right, so we have another fotografia of some sort here. All right. So if we walk through the French doors to go to the study, go to 33. Go to the mother-in-law suite, 46. Study or mother-in-law suite? I read. You're supposed to choose.
No, is that how
I don't know if that's the rules in the game, technically. I don't know who's supposed to choose. I don't know if it's a person.
I would say the mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law suite?
Yes.
I don't know if it's the person that reads it's supposed to or not.
46.
I'm just trying to find where it says you read. I forget where I read that it said that you take turns reading it too. Oh well, whatever. So Avdi says we are going to the mother-in-law suite. So we are going to... You're responsible. This is totally your responsibility. Death may forever be in your hands if we die.
Don't say those things.
I don't know. That's what the card's going to say. You take the pathway to the wooden apartment with the quaint front porch. No one appears to be home, but you try the door and find that it's open. This is getting very odd. Nobody locks their doors in this place. You enter a room that's entirely dark except for one candlelit corner where you see a leather desk chair turned away from you with someone sitting in it. The chair slowly swivels to reveal a chimpanzee wearing a monocle. You were getting scared there for a minute, weren't you? And holding a ballpoint pen, looking at you square in the eye. Uh-oh, looks like you've interrupted his work. Why does a chimpanzee have a monocle and a ballpoint pen? The chimp calmly places the pen on the desk and removes his monocle. He cracks his knuckles and stands up. It's go time, and this chimp is going for you. The chimp pounces. Required challenge. Fight the chimp. So, we're going to use our pocket knife. Roll the dice. We need to get 3 or higher. Well, 2 or higher because we do use the pocket knife. And we lose the pocket knife.
No!
See, where's chapter 1's over there? Oh, that's starting card. It doesn't take. It just put it over there. Toss the pocket knife. Raise the danger meter by 3. 1, 2, 3. After the fight, Chimp scurries away. You notice to your left there's a... Well, at least nothing else happens. To your left, you notice there's a metal door that looks completely out of place here. There's also a walkway leading towards what looks like the study in the main house. Go to the metal door or the walkway. We've got this thing, which goes on a metal door, and it says it seems out of place. I say we go with the metal door. Okay. All right. Ah! Goal achieved! Woohoo! So chapter 2, goal achieved. There we go. You shove the metal door open. When you close it behind you, clang. It sounds like the door to a jail cell slamming shut. You turn to check out where you are. There's an elevator. You get in, press the close door button, and finally get your moment to catch your breath. You can't believe what you've been through so far, but this elevator should be your ticket to the basement and should bring you one step closer to uncovering the mystery of the sounds that you heard when you first entered Marsden House. I was going to say Marsden Mansion. Now that you know where the elevator is, you wonder if you should go investigate the basement now or go investigate anywhere else that you might have missed. Story return, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, we can go upstairs hallway. And we have to, everything raises the danger by 2. Dining room by 2. Solarium by 2. Gallery by 2. I forget which one led us to the kids' room. That's where we really wanted to go. It was back to the bedroom, and I don't know how to get there without going all the way through the dining, like going through the dining room and then going through like each one of the things. Chimpanzees are no jokes in fights. Don't feel too bad. Thanks, studio. Now I don't say we go back because I don't know the perfect path to get back. And we lost to the chimp, and that's kind of dangerous going up again. So that is chapter 2. Chapter 3? Now you want to find out what happens, don't you? I do. See? Alright. Alright, so put that goes away. Make sure all chapter 1's in a pile and all chapter 2's in a separate pile. Yeah, it should be all chapter 1. No. Yeah, it's all chapter 1. That's starter. That's in its own pile. Alright, chapter 3. Okie dokie. I still don't like that the Grim Reaper is on the outside of the box here. You're so scared? She's so scared she's dropping cards. We're going into the basement.
My nails don't do that job.
That's what I do in every single opening, and people probably cringe because, you know, when you do that, sometimes you might hit a card wrong, and then you bend the card, and people get upset about that kind of thing.
I prefer to use my teeth.
I would. I did it on one unboxing. I used my teeth. And it was like... Alright, while you're opening that, I will go ahead and read the story. Alright. The Rescue is the name of this chapter. I'm going to have to change my thumbnails. I made a thumbnail for each chapter because it was supposed to take an hour per chapter, and we're knocking them out in like 30 minutes. Alright. You're still not sure what's going on in this place. You're already freaked out by the creepy stuff you saw outside the medicine house, and the discovery of actual spirits from beyond the grave inside the house has only made you more on edge. You steel your nerves and remind yourself that you're not just an aspiring detective, you're a psychic investigator. You eat spirits from beyond the grave for breakfast. Alright. Hoorah! Not really, but the point is you feel a surge of confidence. You can do this. At any rate, you've come way too far to turn back now. So all you can do is hope. With the depths of the house hold some insight into the mysterious nightmares that have plagued you for weeks and drew you to this modern architecture house of horrors in the first place. But the elevator, which all of your hopes rest on, is totally trashed. The last person to use it must have really hated elevators. Based on the scratch marks on the walls, they might have had sharp claws too. Strange sensation now washes over you. Your head spins and you lose your balance and you fall to your knees. While you don't quite black out, you're overwhelmed by visions as your consciousness leaves your body and travels through the house's lower reaches on the mind power alone. You drift downward through the meeting rooms full of huge shadowy figures and a laboratory stocked with equipment. Your awareness projects deeper. Under the estate, you finally come to a jail cell. The mind can't penetrate to see who is inside, but a wave of anguish admits, like a heat from the sun. The sense that your person trapped inside is responsible for what you've encountered so far, and you could help with what you'll encounter next. Draw clue 76 to discover your goal. Alright. This would actually be like, I guess it's a blessing in disguise that our we don't have our new cameras and our new lights all set up, because then the lights would all be off, so this would all be dark around us, and we could darken, like you can change the lights, and those cameras are so good they'd be able to still pick us up well, so you can actually play in a more dark, and we could have like little lights and stuff around, just kind of more ambiance. Next year for Halloween, guys. Next year for Halloween. So make sure you subscribe to make sure that we're still here around for next Halloween. So 76, what are we doing? What is our goal?
Rescue the prisoner you sensed from your psychic projection.
That's to be expected. It doesn't slide under very well. Still unsure of that picture on the front. Like, so far I don't remember anything on that picture.
That has helped?
I don't know. I mean, I know the house. I know there was... The woman that was on the front. But it's like...
Yeah.
I don't know what we're supposed to do with those things. Your mind joins your body again as you swiftly snap back into place. It takes you a moment to get your bearings. You're in your own body, in an elevator, in a spooky house. You somewhat regret ever setting foot inside. You check the panel and find that all the buttons have been pried off except 2. They might be for the only active basement levels. Of course, it's also possible they're just floors that whoever wrecked this elevator wants to lure you to. With a whoosh, the elevator doors briskly close. Dun dun dun. Alright, do we want to go to the sub-basement or the sub-basement? That's our options.
What?
We have 2 sub-basements. Sub-basement 71 and sub-basement 78.
Press a button for signal.
Oh, sub-basement 2 or sub-basement 3. Yeah, okay. We went down a long way. I'm thinking 3. Because he said he went through like levels and levels. So I'm thinking 3. Alright. We're going to go to 78. I missed the 2 and the 3. I completely because I read sub-basement and then go to that. Because I'm so used to the other ones, it's just telling you the place and then the number. It's not like the same word twice. Oh, that's a U. I just read the last one. I read the introduction.
The elevator drops with a jerk and continues to sub-basement 3. The door opens up into a room with tables holding funnels, glass beakers?
Yeah, Bunsen and beakers for science lab.
Test tubes, thermometers, and safety goggles. It looks like a biochemistry lab. It's a complete wreck, just like the elevator, so you can add biochemistry to the list of things the vandal has a grudge against. There is a desk in the corner. Based on the pattern of stuff scattered on the floor, it appears someone was dragged away from it by force and then taken out a door and down a hole.
That's never good.
Another door leads into a room where you can see large glass vaults full of glowing blue liquid.
Okay. What are we doing
sorry.
with it? Oh, continue on back.
Oh, okay. All the things broken. If you follow the path of destruction down the hallway, go to story card 86. If you enter the room with glass vaults of glowing blue liquid, go to story card 67.
So we can either do the horror movie and do the thing we shouldn't do, or we can be investigators and go investigate stuff.
I think I will go with the blue liquid.
Alright, what numero? Alright, 67 oddity says. Alright, you're responsible if that blue liquid turns us into some kind of goo monster. Are we supposed to drink it? See what happens? Alright. You see rows and rows of glowing blue vats, all filled with chimpanzees in various stages of development. Okay, now these chimpanzees are getting crazy. The largest one's as big as adult humans. Someone is bending the laws of nature to unethical extremes down here. The vats are plugged into a utility box on the wall. On top is a glowing cap with 3 crystals. It might be some kind of power source. Something about the crystalline cap calls to you. It feels important. From the utility box, cords and wires run into the adjoining room. Through a propped open door, there's also a conveyor belt that leads through the opening in the far wall. The belt is moving slowly. The motion is mildly hypnotic. Optional challenge. Pry the crystalline cap loose. That is a strength challenge, and we have no strength, and we need to get higher than a 4. But we get a clue card. It does let us try again. So I say we want to use our water and try. So water lets us lower our danger by 3.
Yeah.
All right, so we use our water. It's one-time use. So 1, 2, 3, and then you can roll the dice. I'm gonna let you. You chose this path. You're taking the challenges. Woohoo! Success. 87. All right, what do we got?
87 says crystalline cap.
Well, that's good.
You pry the crystalline cap from the utility box. Even unplugged, it keeps glowing. The subject gives you a shiver. Your psychic sense tells you this is an important item. Give the item. Move forward 3 spaces on the psychic scale.
Okie dokie.
And finish story 67.
Gotcha. All right. So we can follow the cords to the door. We can go through the conveyor belt. The cords, of course, is going to be connected to something that is being done back there. Conveyor belt, no clue. There's cords going back into another room. That's what we just pried off, was that right there. Conveyor belt, to me, feels like when they make these things, they go back in another room. And we had a bad run-in with a chimpanzee once before. So I don't want to go in a room that he's putting all the chimpanzees in. No. Okay. So we're going to go to 72. We're going to go through the door where the cords are. So this is one of the neat things about this, is like, even though we're making these choices this time, you could technically play it again. And if you played it once, right, you could just kind of not give as much input to the other people playing and still be able to experience the other stories. I know there's a couple board games, a couple that we were thinking about. What is it? They're made by Lucky Duck makes them. I know the guys over at Table Knots talked about them, but they're investigation games, and you have to like figure, it's like a whodunit, and then you use an app to scan the cards in the crime scene. So kind of, you know, it's similar. You get to choose what you want to do. So this might be interesting. I've been looking at it. I want to get the full set. There's a set of 3 because it's past, it's like past, kind of present, and future. And then there's like an expansion which ties all 3 of them together. So then you're basically traveling through time. Yeah, we might look at it. I know. Like I said, I think Max and his wife played it and they liked it. The room is filled with generators of every shape and size, and they all look extremely unsafe. In fact, one of the older, larger ones has a huge crack in its casing, but it's still running, with irregular bursts of electricity arcing from it to every surface nearby. You'd rather not get close to it, but you have to if you want to investigate the door to the vault on the other side. The only other exit isn't a door at all, but a massive hole in the wall that leads into total darkness. As you feel around the dark for a light switch, you discover that the passageway isn't so much a hallway as a tunnel, and the rough walls that have been dug into rock and soil. So there's the thingy that's shooting off sparks at us. So we can try to get past the cracked generator to reach the vault, or we can take the tunnel. We seemed very keen on trying to get past this thing. Like, it seemed like we were very keen on trying to get past it. He was like, you'd rather not, but you have to get close to it to investigate the door. And it's another metal door. Doors seem very important. I'm going to do it. I'm making the call. If I kill us, it's my fault.
Yeah.
All right. We are doing 68. This one's all me. If I get electrocuted again, we should be used to it by now. I mean, shoot. After a bolt of lightning, this should just tickle. All right, 68. You read what happened to me.
If If you ever find yourself running a criminal organization, here's a great way to weed out your dumbest and least trustworthy henchmen.
Oh.
Put a big, tempting vault door behind a deadly piece of machinery that kills anyone who gets within 3 feet of it. Machinery that kills anyone who gets within the 3 feet of it. Unfortunately, the trick works on young psychic investigators as well. You press your back against the far wall and try to scooch toward the vault door as safely as possible. But it's no use. 100,000 volts of electricity surge through and you smoldering bodies lumps dead.
Oh, he's got a picture. Fotografia. Let's show everybody my death.
Dead.
There we go. There's the death. End. Move back 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Just got to number 4. And then, so now we have to go into the dark tunnel. I don't know why I was thinking that. I'm like, is it a trap? It's a trap. See, this is where we need, again, why we need the little, the pad where we can make it say things. Because whenever we say it's a trap, it's like, it's a trap. And have him come up on the screen. If we edited videos, that's where somebody would edit the video, right? Right, when we're trying to make the decision, it would just say, it's a trap. All right, 87. You can't see more than a few feet in front of you as you walk down the tunnels. When a man's voice calls out from the shadows, you almost jump out of your skin. Hey, you! You freeze. What now? You're the new lab assistant, right? It's about time you got here. You have the briefcase? If you have clue 38...
No.
New? You got 39. 38, give it to the mysterious stranger by discarding it and drawing clue 62. If you do not have clue 38, draw clue 82. Wonder where we're supposed to find that briefcase. It's somewhere.
The man spits on the tunnel floor. Was it not clear that you were supposed to meet me here with the briefcase?
Nope. Very unclear.
Raise danger meter by 3.
Oh, shh.
And finish story code 86.
The 30s were all in chapter 2, right? I think, yeah. 30s were like in chapter 2. Yeah, so it was somewhere in chapter 2 we would have found that, I guess. All right. The man rushes back down the tunnel in the direction he came from, his footsteps booming in the darkness. There's a door with iron bars built into the wall here. It looks like it could lead to some sort of cell, or maybe a kennel. It's unlocked. Well, we're trying to find the jail cell, right? Follow the man down the tunnel, 81. If you open the cell door to see what's inside, 62. Well, we're trying to find a jail cell, so I'm going to go to 62. We're trying to find that guy that's in that jail cell. It's a trap! That's what they want us to think. That's what they want us to think. Alright, hang on, you ready? Oh, you get to read. You get to read whenever I fall into a trap.
You slide open the barred door. It looks much more industrial than the other rooms you've been in. The door slides shut on its own. Clink! And you hear it lock behind you. You see some kind of gated structure down the hallway in front of you and quickly press yourself against the wall when you realize that 2 figures are guarding it. There's also a desk on the side of the room that's out of the bird's line of sight.
Premonition.
If you're a level 3 or higher,
cool.
The psychic skill drop you 80.
80. No. 80? Ah, 18. Mi español es muy mal.
Brain is en fuego.
We got in fuego brain. No, it's not brain. Cerebellum. Cerebro. Cerebro es en fuego. All right. You want to try your luck with the guards or go to the desk? I'm thinking let's stay away from the guards. They seem mean and big and burly. So we're going to 60 3. Unless you want, I mean, I made the decision, but do you want to go talk to the guards?
Remember, we do whatever you want.
No, we don't do what I want. This is a team effort. The bottom of the box says a cooperative adventure game. We're on an adventure.
See,
and we're
but
supposed to cooperate.
my decisions have not been good.
No, my decisions have gotten us
have...
killed twice. My decisions have gotten us killed twice, and I keep asking, are you sure that's what we want to do? We'll do whatever you want to do, and we die. Okay. You make it to the desk unnoticed. The only thing here is a fancy new computer. It's a shiny beige box underneath a monitor that glows rows of green text and blinking command prompt. Wait, shiny new computer. Green text and command prompt. That's old green screens. When is this from? If you manage to break through the computer security, you find some useful information stored in its internal memory. Ooh, eyeball. Oh, we don't have lots of eyeball. Search your computer for information. If you're level 3 or higher, you get a +1 on the challenge. You get higher than a 4. There's nothing lower than that. You need one of those little sticks like you have on,
That's what
like in Vegas.
Saying, I need one stick.
How do we get that?
And one more.
You're gonna have to get the. You're gonna have to get up. Can you get it? Earthquake! That's not good. That's not good. All right, so lose.
Presente.
1, 2. It doesn't say we get to try again. The only way out of here is a hall to a gate, which is guarded by 2 chimps. Oh, they were chimps. I thought they were humans. We can take 2. Oh no, we couldn't take 1 chimp. What makes us think we can take 2? 74. So no matter what, you have to go that way. But we have severely screwed up our danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. All right. The 2 guards are huge chimpanzees, as tall as you are. Okay, that's why I thought they were humans. They're as big as we are. They are walking upright just like you are. And they're wearing security guard uniforms just like you are. Oh, just like you are not. They notice the key difference. They attack. So, are we in the Planet of the Apes future? We must be in the Planet of the Apes future. Required challenge. Battle the guards. Turn over this card and continue reading. Lose. Range danger meter 4 and try again. So you got to keep trying. All right. We're at 5. The only way we can win is with a 6 or higher. A 5 or a 6. We have to use our saber.
We need that die.
We need the D20. That's what we need. We got our saber, so it gives us +2.
So
Don't roll it clear across the table this time.
So we need 4.
We need 4 or... No, we need 3 or higher.
That didn't count.
That didn't count. 3 or higher. No, because that makes us lose our saber. That didn't count. Nobody saw that. 2. That is not a 3 or higher. Raise the danger meter by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, now we don't have to use our saber. We can go without using our saber now. Okay, roll again. We have to keep going. This is the same as that other one. It won't let us go until we complete it.
Nice.
So, how can you do that the first time? No, it's necesita on the first time. All right. Once you defeat the chimpanzee guard, you find that the gate will only open with electronic keycard. If you have clue 28 and 77, which we do not, I don't think. 27. Yeah. Oh, we're missing a lot of stuff. All right, do not have them. Go to story card 88. I feel like we did not discover enough.
No.
But we were going back, it would have raised it by 2. And the problem is we're raising it by 2 through the normal game anyways. All right. All right. Oh, I read that. It's your turn. There you go. Figure out what I did wrong because I didn't have the key.
Without that key card, you're trapped. You can't get past the gate and you can't leave the detention center
Dr. Moreau's house.
through the locked front door. Just as you're about to give up, you spot a hole in the ceiling tiles, mostly obscured by shadows in the corner of the room.
Okie dokie. Oh, we only have one option.
Go through the hole in the ceiling by drawing clue 17.
Se sienta.
No.
Sentienta.
Again.
Sententa.
Set.
Seteta.
70.
70. 70. 60?
No, 70.
Okay.
The hole opens up into a vertical shaft with haphazardly placed handholds.
Haphazardly. Oh, haphazardly placed handholds. Okay.
What?
Haphazardly. It means just like
Haphazardly?
kind of here and there. It's not very patterned. It's not very uniform.
Like
It's
random?
not. Yeah. Well, but also kind of dangerous. Like
okay.
you know, handholds.
It's like hazard and
Yeah. And
okay.
random. Like random hazard handholds.
Okay.
It's a weird word.
Haphazardly place handholds like a climbing wall. You found a secret passage.
Okay.
Required challenge.
Alright, required challenge.
I'll send it
Win, lower the danger. Oh, we get to lower danger. Alright, but we have our
Do
boots.
you want to roll this time?
So we're going to use our boots. Well, we're at 3. We don't need to really use our boots, because we only need a 3. I'm like, we don't need our boots. It's like we should use them, but now I'm afraid of losing them when we roll a 1. Oh, man. Alright, try again. Alright, we're using our boots this time. 4. There we go. We did it that time. Alright. Win. Lower the danger meter by 1 and draw clue number 81. Oh, I like this. We might have to get the other one. I think there's 2. I think there's only 2. I'll check those in Board Game Geek while you're doing that.
You've climbed 20 feet when the handholds suddenly recede into the wall and disappear. This isn't just a secret passage. It's a booby... What?
Booby trap?
It's a booby-trapped one.
No,
Think fast!
Think fast. Oh! Okay, yeah, so there's only 2. So there's House of Danger, and then there's War on the Evil Power Master. And then there were some promo kits. Promo kits seem to be very useful because they give you additional starting items. So, alright, what do we gotta do?
So record a challenge to avoid falling. You roll.
Dr. Matthew C. O'Neill from the University of Arizona and the college reviewed the literature on chimp muscle performance and found that on average they are 1.5 times more powerful than humans in pulling and jumping tasks. Yes! That's why they took over the world in Planet of the Apes. We all know this. This is nothing new. Instead, we spent millions of dollars on a college to determine that for us. So we got to roll. All right, we have to do it, right? 5. Woohoo!
Yay!
Success. Win. Lower danger meter by 1. So we're back down at the bottom. That's good. I like this. This is lots of lowering stuff. Although that's after we already reset it. It's after we already reset it. Alright.
You found a ledge.
Found a ledge. Okay, good.
But getting onto it is going to take some serious agility.
I don't wanna.
Record challenge, get on the ledge quick. You draw. You roll.
And we don't have anything to improve that. 5. We're good. Woo! 73. We're just climbing now because we're going through because it's not in the story because we're going through a path, I guess a secret path. So it's making us go through this. Not again.
There's a passageway carved into the stone wall here, but someone has piled up a bunch of rocks to block the entrance.
Oh, it says lower the danger meter again. Okay.
Required challenge, move all the rocks.
Yeah. Good, removed all the rocks. We're doing good. This is a good way to lower your... Oh, I get it. We're having to do all these challenges because we didn't find the other things we needed, so it's more difficult. Remember, it says if you find the items, it'll make it easier later. So now we're having to go through this. Now, if we weren't successfully doing it, we'd be increasing this danger meter a lot going this path because now we have another challenge.
Halfway down the passage, you find a chimpanzee sitting at the desk. He's smoking cigarettes and watching TV. He looks angry.
He must not like what he's watching on TV.
And,
They canceled his favorite sitcom.
fight the angry chimpanzee.
Alright, so we got our sword. Well, we don't need the sword. We're at 3. Good thing I didn't use the sword. Okay, so I lost. What happens?
Raise danger meter
2 and
by
try again.
2 and try again.
Yeah, yeah, we're still at 3. 3! Woohoo! So success. Reduce it by 1. 75. Good lord! This is challenge getting. It's like this is the Oprah Winfrey of challenges. You get a challenge. You get a challenge. You get a challenge. Everybody gets a challenge.
You run past the chimp and right into a 10-foot guinea pig.
What?
It is adorable and it can kill you.
Wow.
Attack it. Fighting. Sneak past it. Dexterity.
Oh, okay,
have
so
a
it's
table. Yeah, have a table at it. Give a table at it.
Throw a
Strength.
table at it. Yeah.
Climb over it. Climbing. Or find another solution. Perception.
So we're at 3. Our best. I don't care if we lose the boots. I don't want to lose the saber. I really don't want to lose the boots either. I don't know. Do you want to? Which one gives us of something extra? Oh, it's all the same. It's just got all the... Okay, so it's the same no matter what. We get to clean no matter what. What do you want to do? You want to fight it? Climb over it? Try to just go for raw numbers? Do you want to be its friend? What option was be its friend?
No,
perception. What was perception? What did
Find
that do?
another solution.
Okay, so we're going to try perception, which we don't have any bonus, so it doesn't matter. 4, we successfully perceived it. Go to 77. We're perceiving another option. Poor guinea pig. Poor guinea pig.
Key card.
Oh, there's the key. Now we got to go all the way back down through that mess again? Okay, now you got to fight everything to go back down.
You see an access key card on the floor. You grab it and run through the doors in front of you, unsure of what is on the other side. Give this item, go to story card at 69.
That was the one we were just doing, right? No, 88. Where's 69? Oh, okay. No, we didn't have 69. All right, you did mucho reading, so it's my turn. Look how little bit I get to read. All right, you are now in a chamber with 3 prison cell doors. Good. They're heavy iron things with small barred windows that may be difficult to see what might be inside. There's a ring of 3 keys hanging from a nail on the wall. See? Exactly. So there's 3 keys. All right. So cell A, cell B, or cell C. Start with A. Why not? I have an odd feeling it's going to have us check all 3 of them anyways. Kind of like we were when we were upstairs. Cell A. Read. Okay. There's a sleeping figure in cell A, curled up with his back towards you. You can wake up the prisoner and try talking to him. Attempt to subdue him before he gets the opportunity to attack you, or just leave. Choose one, then continue. You try talking, we get a clue. If you attack, proceed the challenge on the back of this card. You'd rather skip the whole thing, then return to 69. So I guess we should try to talk to him. So, clue number 65. Oh, but there he is. There he is sleeping.
65.
65. 65. Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
You patiently wait for the prisoner to awaken, and when he does, you discover that he's one of the human-sized chimpanzees.
Oh, dang it.
The moment he sees you, he lunges at you, beats you back out of the cell, and slams the door behind you.
That's not good.
Raise the danger meter by 2.
That was not good.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then you have to go to this side. Yeah, you basically go back to this. All right. So, well, basically we got it. Yeah, basically we're going to skip the whole thing and go to 69. So we go back to this one because it basically forces you to go back out. All right. Now we're going to cell number 2, which is 73. Well, that was not particularly eventful. Cell B is empty. Search all you want. There's nothing here. So continue to go back. So you can go to A or C. So we'll go to 85. That was not. 85. Okay. Someone sleeping on the cot in the cell seat, with a thin blanket pulled over their face. You can wake the prisoner up so you can talk to him, attack him before he can attack you, or just tiptoe out of the cell.
It's out of the scene.
I have an odd feeling it sends us back to 69. We can't do that. Because we've already done the other two. We either need to attack him or do 67. I think the other one was a trap. This one I don't think's a trap. I don't think they'd make both of them a trap. If we beat him up, it gives us a different clue card. So if we beat him up, we get a different... So we can either try to talk to the prisoner, or if we learned our lesson, then let's attack him.
Yeah.
We learned our lesson, so we're going to attack him. Okay. We're going to attack the prisoner. We need to get above a 4, so I'm going to use our saber, which gives us a 4. We win. 68. Muy bien. That was scaring me. When it started rolling and it went to the 2, I'm like, is that a 1? I don't want to lose our saber. It's all we got. All right, what do you got?
There is a loud crack as you smack the prisoner on top of the head. He tries to get up, but rolls off the cot and onto the floor. You turn him over and discover he's dead.
Wow.
Before you can do anything, a chimp guard slams the cell door shut. Now you're trapped in here, just you and your victim. Forever.
Oh, really? Move back 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Why do I... No, this was your fault. You told me to kill him. We should talk to him.
I said tiptoe out of the cell first.
Yeah, but that would have put us back. That would have put us back in the hallway, so we couldn't do that.
I am.
You said kill him. You said we learned our lesson.
Attack him. I didn't say kill him.
Good point. Psychic scale 2, and then return to the front of story card 85. Where's 85? 73, 69, 77, 88, 74, 63, 62, 87, 72, 68, 67, 78, 61. There's the house. Oh, I guess we have not even gotten to 85 yet. Huh. Oh, there's 84. Yeah, we did do 85. Where's 85? Or is that this one here? Ah, yeah, okay. So, yeah, so killing him's not the option. Okay, so now we need to talk to him. It's the only other option we have. 67. If we go to the other ones, it's just going to put us back out in the hallway.
How are they? Isn't he dead? He's dead.
Well, no, we just died. Remember, this is dream. Dream.
Dead.
We're going to have to get used to this dream state stuff because we do have ether fields. Unfortunately, we were late pledging, so therefore we're not going to get it until both waves ship. But of course, we will be painting those miniatures and we'll be playing ether fields on the channel once we get it. So we need to get used to being in a dream state because that's what ether fields is. We're kind of like going through a dream and hunting down and finding things. I think you'll like, if you're liking this, I think you'll like that. Okay, but I'll have to paint some of the minis, I think, because some of them are kind of creepy. It's the one where I showed you with the girl with the bird wing and the guy on the stilts. I keep showing you the cool ones that people are painting. Okay, lo siento. Back to Lier.
You gently shake the prisoner by the shoulder. He flings the blanket from his face. It's an exhausted-looking man who's obviously relieved by someone has finally come to rescue him. Thank you, I'm Professor Marsden.
Ah.
He says, Marsden, you ask, are you related to Henry Marsden? Yes. This was the state of my ancestor, General Marsden. But at the moment, we have more urgent things to discuss. Go to part 9.
All right. And Studio says that this is very harsh and funny because the Choose Your Own Adventure book is not holding our hand at all. No, it is not. Ooh, chapter 3. Well, because that's what we need to do is get the prisoner. Oh, that took us longer than it should have. All right. Chapter 3, Goal Achieved. Professor Marsden looks worried. You have to help me stop my former research assistant, he says. She's twisted our scientific research for evil. Oh, that's the chica. So she's responsible for all these chimps, you ask? Yes, he says. But there's something bigger. I'm talking about the alien science. Martin says he can only provide all the answers you're looking for, but you should first make sure that you're prepared by leaving to leave this section of the house behind. He can give you explicit directions to important locations if you think you might have missed anything. Everything's... Wow, this is increasing things by 3. We're going through. We're going through. That's been our plan. We're never going back. We're going through. Why? Because time is of the essence. Because we don't want to be playing this all night long. Well, we could, but I don't want to. All right. So, yeah, we're not going back. We're going forward. We're going to keep going forward. All right. So get rid of these. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. All right. So that is chapter 3. I'm finishing it now. You go to bed if you have to. I'm finishing. I gotta figure out what happens. I gotta figure out about these aliens. That reminds me of the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. So we watched the first Indiana Jones, right? We haven't watched another one after that. I've seen them all, but in the Crystal Skull, people really hated it. Spoilers, because they went from like artifacts, like religious and different types of artifacts, to aliens. Like they just went off the tangent. So this went from paranormal to science experience gone wrong to alien technology. Like it's like, let's just throw everything out in left field. Although if I remember correctly, the choose your own adventure books were kind of, oh, hang on, you need your clues, don't you? You can't start without your, ooh, that's not a big clue pile, is it? Here. There you go. I took care of that for you, Mia Moore.
Thank you.
Studio says, if we've learned anything tonight, it's that chimps are scarier than ghosts. Yes, you're right. We've seen ghosts once, and we've seen crazy chimps. It's like each chapter is a totally different book, and they all got slammed together.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. If I remember correctly, the Choose Your Own Adventure books were like that. When I was a kid, I remember they just went like crazy depending which path you went. It was like they really did write 3 or 4 different stories and then crammed them all together. Sometimes they didn't make any sense at all. Oh, hey, a hideout. There's the sword and stuff that's on the back. All right. After encountering dangers outside the house, facing multiple ghosts inside the house, discovering an underground laboratory, and stumbling upon an angry chimpanzees, you're ready to get some answers about this place and the nightmares that brought you here. The mysterious phone call I got this morning, you say. It was you, wasn't it? Phone call? What phone call? Wait, it couldn't have found a way to access the phone lines, could it? Professor Marston's eyes grew wide. Then he sees the look in your face and shakes his head. Well, that's not important right now, he says. Something about the tone leads you to suspect it's important, but you don't push it. If you've managed to get this far, you must be quite an aspiring detective. And psychic investigator, you add. You go on to tell him about the recurring nightmares that drove you to delve to this whole bizarre mystery. Nightmares, he asks. Fascinating. If your dreams mean what I think they do, then I'm glad you're here. I explain more later, but for now, getting to the neuron inhibitor mainframe is a crucial thing. It's the only way to retake the lab for my dastardly former lab assistants, Carol. Gave her name. Oh, Carol. Isn't that the soccer mom name, Carol? Carol's there's a meme about Carol. All right, we're going to keep going. He says the name in a hoarse whisper, as if speaking aloud could summon some ancient evil. Together, we discovered a source of technology far beyond anything this world has ever seen. But she betrayed me. She used our work to take control of the chimpanzees and start counterfeiting ring with the local crime syndicate. Now we're going into crime syndicate. So we got alien technology and a crime syndicate. We made scientific discoveries worthy of Einstein, of Galileo. And then she just uses it all to... He trails off. I'm sorry. I've been locked in here so long that I've forgotten my manners. Now if you've freed me, I can open a secret passage for you that will lead you to the neuron inhibitor mainframe. It will take you through the area where most experimental work has been conducted. Be careful. It can get dangerous in there. It's just me who's going, you ask, with fear in your voice. Yes, he says. I'll need to monitor your progress from the operations room, where I have access to the security system. Here, use this earpiece so we communicate. Draw clue 91 to discover our goal. All right.
Disable the neuron inhibitor.
All right. The clear glass door leads to the temporal manipulation lab. The professor continues. The frosted glass door leads to the psychic development room. The professor takes off for the operations room and a secret passage opens from the empty jail cell next door. The 2 glass doors are now before you. Too bad the professor didn't explain which route was the best way to get to the neuroinhibitor. I was about to say that. Dude, you were supposed to tell us how to get there. And he's like, there are 2 doors, and they go to these 2 places. Bye. He's like, peace out. And he jets. All right, do we want to go to the temporal manipulation lab? Time. Right? So the temporal manipulation lab would be about time, right? The psychic development room would be like our psychic powers. So do we want to increase? I think we need to increase our psychic powers because we dropped below level 3, and everything in the last one required at least level 3. You agree? Time might allow us to do time travel, though. Might let us take things back, probably like the danger meter, maybe. All right, so we're going to the psychic room, which is card 115. All right, because my my throat needs a rest.
This room features several rows of blue metal chairs, dome-shaped helmets attached to odd-looking devices hung above the chair. There is also a large glass tube, big enough for you to step into, with a door on the side. A green button is accessible from inside the tube. You slowly realize you've seen these machines before in photos in the reference book Ghosts and Ghouls, which you have in your bookshelf back home. The photos were in a chapter about how parapsychologists were attempting to give ordinary people psychic abilities. Rogue,
yeah. Rogue.
If you remember correctly, the blue chairs are attached to machines intended to give the subject pyrokinesis.
Oh.
The ability to start fires with mind control. The large glass tube is an energizing chamber that gives people telekinesis, the ability to move objects with one's mind. Both seem ready to.
Alright, well, I'm thinking the fire, because we have a fire brain here.
A metal stairwell on the far side of the room leads to some sort of observation booth, which overlooks the room you are in, and possibly others.
Alright.
If you sit in one of the pyrokinesis chairs,
yeah, that's what I want to do.
Go to story 117.
We have a clue card that says to do that. So we're going to listen to the clue card. This can't be a trap. They wouldn't tell us to keep the clue card. I don't know if it's going to make us do the other things or not. Might be on each one of these. Alright. As soon as you sit down on the cold metal seat, a dome helmet drops into your head and begins rewiring your neural pathways to activate mysterious, previously untapped portions of your brain. It's fun! And more importantly, it gives you the ability to create fire with a simple thought. Creating fire is easy, but actually controlling it is a different story. In fact, once you realize you've lit your shirt ablaze, all your panicked attempts to diminish the flames in your body only create more of them. You burn yourself up in mere seconds. The end.
The end of what?
But we died again. Again, when I make rash decisions, we die. I am not allowed to make rash decisions. I'm just following what this says to do. This told us to do it. Told us to. I blame the card. Alright, move back 2 spaces on the psychic scale. This is not going well. And then return to card 115. Alright, so we can get telekinesis now. Or don't do that. We kind of have to. We have to do the telekinesis. Alright? We need to get our psychic meter. Do you not want to? You think it's bad? No, you don't think it's bad?
Everything is bad at this point.
You think everything's bad? Alright. Okay. 106. I read explode by accident. You enter the energizing chamber and shut the door. You press the green button on the interior wall, and the room goes dark. The large glass tube emits a blinding white light, forcing you to cover your eyes with your hands. You feel the machine rewiring your neural pathways and activating mysterious and previous untapped parts of your brain. You've heard this all before. The pain is horrible. Parts of you thinks that you can just endure the pain a little longer. Unlimited mental power might be unlocked. Another part of you is concerned that your head might literally explode. Alright. You're level 4 on the psychic, which we're not. You get a clue. You stay in the energizing chamber and work through the pain, 98. If you can't take it, 103. We're going to endure the pain, 98. Mm-hmm. 98. We're enduring the pain. Studio's laughing. Our death amuses him.
Telekinesis.
Woohoo!
You now have the power to move things with your mind. You think about this as you run off the observation. Once per challenge, you can raise the danger meter by 2 to re-roll a die roll.
Okay, so you can re-roll, but we do have to increase the danger meter.
Keep this item, move forward 1 space in the psychic scale, and go to story card 99.
Which is where I was going to send us next anyways. I forget how to do there's a Twilight Zone. Ah, this actually does. It seems like an episode out of the Twilight Zone now I think about it. 99. The observation booth has thick windows that look down into a circular chamber where you see a human-sized chimp in a hospital gown sitting at a table. The poor animal's head is shaved and hugely swollen. Electrodes are attached to its pulsating veins. The chimp is gazing intently at a small wooden boat which is floating in midair above the table. The chimpanzee sees you, and the moment his eyes meet yours, you start to black out. You break eye contact just before losing consciousness and decide you'd better exit this room quickly. Next to a fire extinguisher on the wall is a map, which gives you a quick overview of this area. You orient yourselves and see that the observation booth is next to the cryogenics lab and the supercomputer room. Alright, so this, little floating boat thing going on. Alright, so we can go to the cryogenics labs. The cryogenics labs is where, like, people are put to sleep, right? So they freeze you, and then they revive you later, right? And then the supercomputer room is the supercomputer room. I guess it's got a big computer in it. I'm not making a decision. I've killed us 3 times already. Or 4. I've killed us a bunch of times. I've killed us 3. You've killed us once. So I'm up 3 deaths to 1. You're making the decision.
Okay, so we can catch up with 3.
You go to the cryogenics lab, which is where there are people frozen and can be woken up. Or we can go to the supercomputer room, which may have information on the computer.
Computer.
All right, you want to go safe with the computer. All right. We were discussing earlier about your... I know, we were talking earlier about your capabilities with computers. Good thing I'm good with computers, so maybe we'll figure it out. Together, as a team, we shall overcome. Because maybe the computer's in Spanish, and I won't be able to read the words. So you do the translation of that, and then I do the computer stuff. Right. You want to read it? You want to smack me?
Yes.
Yes. As soon as you enter the room, the computer lights up. Present your credentials, a digital voice demands. It must be the computer. You mutter something about being the new lab assistants. I judge that to be false. You have come here seeking answers. My memory banks contain all the information you desire, but access is forbidden. You don't see a keyboard, so apparently voice commands are the only way to interact with this computer. Unless, of course, you can best me in a competition of my choosing, the computer continues. Be wary, human. No flesh creature has ever defeated me and my limitless mind. Free action. If you agree to the computer, complete 97. So that's free action. Always can do the free actions. Right.
A compartment opens in the computer's casing, and a robotic arm extends from inside it. The supercomputer wants to arm wrestle you.
Oh! Alright, we'll take it. We win! We win! So we win. Draw another clue. If that would not have been a 5, you know we wouldn't have taken it. Okay. Like if it would have been a 3 or a 2, we would have been like, oh no, that wasn't my role.
Quantum synthesis.
Alright, Studio, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Maybe we'll still be here when you get done, when you get back.
You defeat the supercomputer and gain access to its files. One is a diagram of a rod-shaped device called the quantum synthesis stabilizer.
Okay.
If you have clue 39,
Which we do.
keep this item and move forward 2 spaces in the psychic scale.
Well, back up to 3.
Unfinished story card 109.
Oh, 109. Here we go. Did it say keep that card? Yeah, because we have a computer. All right. There are 2 doors leading behind the supercomputer. You start to open one door, and the computer shouts, "Do not attempt to enter the armory." You start to open the other door, and the computer shouts, "Do not attempt to enter the observatory." The computer may be pushy, but it's also quite informative. So I'm thinking armory, because weapons and stuff. And also, horror movie, you go where the weapons are, because that's the wrong decision. The other is the observatory. Like an observatory. Observatory, you're looking through a telescope into space. Whatever I want. Can we determine this was not a good idea? Whenever it's whatever I want.
But you said you prefer something.
I want weapons. I want weapons. I want to get me a machine gun or something to take out these chimpanzees. They're starting to annoy me. 94. You enter the armory. The door closes behind you, and then you hear it lock automatically. The room is nearly empty, and you realize the shutter. Whatever weapons are usually kept here are probably in the hands of the people or chimps roaming the halls outside. The only thing left is a massive artillery gun mounted on a swivel in the center of the room. There are also a bunch of lockers lining one wall if you need to search through them. Optional challenge. Search the lockers. If you're level 3 or higher on the psychic, add +1 to your additional... you get a +1 boost. Win, we get to draw a clue. Lose, rearrange the danger meter, and try again. So we have to do this because we're in here. Alright. We have nothing else that can increase psychic, right? That was our only thing. We get +1, so we need to get a 3 or higher. 4. Woohoo! Clue number 92.
Hypersonic isotropic resonator.
Holy cow. Sonic Boom! We'll just call it Sonic Boom for short.
You find a tech catalog with details on an object called Hypersonic isotropic resonator, aka
Sonic Boom!
If you have clue 87.
87? Yes.
Keep this item and move forward 2 spaces on the
Psychic
scale.
Okay.
Finish story card 94.
Okay. That was good. All right. We're doing pretty good. Not as good as when we were crawling up that path of challenge after challenge after challenge. It was like 5. I couldn't roll anything but a 5. There's a door here, and you can see through its window and leads into the stairwell. Unfortunately, this door is locked. The artillery gun you found has a shell in it, though you could probably blast your way through. As a matter of fact, why limit yourself? With that thing, you could probably get through the wall opposite the door, instant shortcut. If you blow a hole through the door to the stairwell, go to 108. If you blow a hole through the wall, 97. So if we go through the wall, it's a shortcut, 97. Or we can just go to the stairwell, which is the normal way out. This is where you would just want to flip a coin. I would go shortcut, but they've been trapping us with those.
Yeah, no shortcut.
No shortcut. Okay, Alvity says no shortcut. We're going to go the long way around. All right. All right. This was your decision. You get to live with it. You dropped it. All right, you ready?
You go up a long flight. You go up a long flight of stairs that leads to an observatory where you find Professor Marsden staring at the stars. How did you get here first, you ask? It's all my fault, he murmured sadly, lost in thought. We reached out to the stars and they reached back, but when the creature made contact, we got greedy and captured him for our further study. I fear your nightmares mean he's sending out telepathic messages in hopes of being rescued. If you want them to end, you must set the creature free. This is why The professor continues, we need to take back the compound from Carol, disable the neuron inhibitor, mainframe controlling the chimpanzees, and free the alien ambassador. Carol watches over the mainframe constantly, he continues. So you'll be heading into great danger. Make sure you're fully prepared before you move on. There is a hallway to the mess hall and a back door that leads outside the house.
So we have all the return options again, which increases our danger by 3, which we can't afford. So we're going to continue on. So we either have the mess hall or go back through
the door.
The door that we went through, which takes us back to, oh no, there's no. So mess hall would be food, where we can go back where we came from. We leave the house with the back. Oh no, we're leaving the house. Never mind. So we're actually exiting the house with 101. How do we want to leave the house? Seems weird that we'd be leaving the house. Let's leave the house. I don't know. It's weird that we'd leave the house, and I want to leave the house. Currently, I'm not happy with chimps. I'm guessing if I go outside, there won't be any chimps.
Maybe.
101. Now, yeah, sure. Outside the house, you find that the storm has intensified. The rain is falling sideways now, and severe winds sting your face. There's light coming from the partly open bay window of an aircraft hangar a short distance away. And if you creep along against the wall, you could probably avoid detection in most of the weather on your way there. In the darkness, you can also make out the silhouette of something large and round on the lawn. You're not sure what it is, but after Professor Mardson's story about captured psychic aliens, you can make a good guess. So there's a big round thing there. If you're level 4 or higher, you get to draw a... We're not, we're 3. Dang it. You head towards the hangar, or you want to get... I'm investigating the round object. I'm going to get us killed again. Are you going to stop me? We investigated the other round object, and we got this thingy that we've not been able to use yet. So I'm thinking we can do it again. Sneak over to the big round object. This thing is a spaceship, which is what I figured. It was an alien spaceship. It is cold ceramic skin and perfectly smooth and can't find a single bolt or seam. From here you can see a window to the main house, where a whole bunch of chimpanzees are gathered around a boardroom table, with the woman at the front of the room computer console. It's Carol! First things first, you climb aboard the egg craft, look at the instruments, and get a psychic sensation that you already possess the knowledge to operate the vehicle. There's a medical lock protecting the control panel, though if you could bust it, you might be able to get this thing moving. So optional challenge, break the lock. So we just need to break the lock. We're at 4. We have no strength modifiers. We're going to get 4 or higher. 5. Woohoo! Uno, cero, uno.
¿Qué?
Uno, cero, uno.
You said uno, uno, cero, uno, like 1,101.
I don't know why I did that. You're like cards don't go
Through brute force, you managed to break the lock.
Good.
But you damaged the ship's controls in the process.
I'm not very smart.
You're tossed from the cockpit as the vehicle lurches a few inches into the air and rockets across the lawn, straight forward to the room full of chimpanzees.
Not again. What is the...
107.
Go to card 107. Oh, so we don't finish this. Okay. 107. Why do I keep making bad decisions? That's why you're supposed to be like the person making me use common sense. Didn't the rest of my family tell you I have no common sense? There's a large sliding glass door that opens the meeting room, but the egg-shaped ship misses it entirely and crashes straight through the wall. A space cannon emerges from the hatch in the ship's hull and starts firing laser beams randomly into the room. The chimps go bananas. It's total chaos. You couldn't have created a better distraction if you planned it. You jump out of the ship. If you move quickly and stealthily, somehow manage to avoid the rampaging chips and the uncontrolled laser fire, Maybe you can disable the neuron inhibitor mainframe before anyone stops you. Why are we not? Why don't I just hope that the laser beam disables it? All right, challenge required. Disable the mainframe. You get to roll this time. So you have to get 4 or higher. And this is a must pass, must do, or we just keep doing it. 4! You're supposed to do it on camera so people don't know we're not cheating. Okay, so go to story card 113. We did not cheat. Here we go. All right. The computer doesn't have a button that's clearly labeled off. So you hit the neuron inhibitor mainframe console as hard as you can with a chair. Sparks fly from it. Every chimpanzee in the room instantly passes out and falls to the floor. The egg ship has apparently run out of laser juice too, because the cannon sputters and lowers back to its hatch. Carol, however, is still a problem. My computer, she screams. My chimpanzees! My meeting room wall! Who are you? She flies at you with a rage. She definitely wants to kill you and seems to be giving it everything she's got. So there's her angry eyes. Angry eyes. You got angry. No, that's a different song. Knock her out. Alright, so we need 4. We've got our saber. We're going all in. We didn't even need the saber. Woohoo! We knock her out. Go to story card 105. Dun, 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 dun. Woohoo! Chapter 4. Chapter 4, goal achieved. Achievement unlocked. You've thwarted Carol's evil plot, freed a whole mansion full of super intelligent chimpanzees, and broken up a counterfeiting ring. On top of that, you've helped Professor Martin win back control of his lab. Now he'll have plenty of time to consider the implications of his blind pursuit of knowledge and devote the rest of his career to making things right again. All that's left to do now is bask in your supreme triumph. You sit on Carol's chair, lean back, and put your feet up on the table, what remains of the meeting room table, confident your job is done here. Well, we know there's 5 chapters, so we know that's not it. Or is it? Dun, dun, dun! Well, that's weird. Okay, we've got to go to another card in here. 120. Okay, our psychic scale's off the scale. All right, chapter 4. All right. An alarm sounds. About 50 lights on the neuron inhibitor mainframe console start blinking. Professor Martin comes running into the room. Oh no, he mutters under his breath. That thing's probably just malfunctioning, he says. I really did a number on it. You both jolt back as a strange booming voice comes from the speaker in the neuron inhibitor mainframe console. The full force of the Krisiak Empire is upon you, it says. We demand the release of our ambassador. Although we hate violence, we will reduce your entire planet to galactic rubble if you don't obey us. The significance of this moment hits you. You've just heard the words of an actual alien life form. The professor is pale as a ghost. Let's see. Let's release the alien, you say. That's what we were planning to do anyways, right? About that, he says. It may not be quite so simple. Advance to chapter 5. Keep all inventory items. Alright, so get rid of those. Here we go. Es cinco. Cinco, cinco. Cinco, cinco. Es si final. Final cinco. Cinco, final, final, cinco. Cinco, final. Oh, hang on, I do parati. Parati.
Yes.
Alright. This is the same thing that happened with one other game we were playing. We're like, okay, we're just going to stop as soon as we're done.
Exit.
Well, the exit games took us a while, which technically, you're right, we could have stopped the exit games at any time when we were playing those.
Or Scooby-Doo? No.
Scooby-Doo we actually stopped at the chapter 2, because that did take a while to do one chapter. These are taking like 30 minutes. All right.
It's going to be 3 hours.
Voice rest time. It'll be 3 hours, but that's fine. It'll be a single 3-hour video. People may watch it, may not watch it. I'll have to put chapters in there for the actual chapters.
The invasion. You've crossed the deadly estate surrounding the Marsden house, come face to face with spirits from beyond the grave, and found yourself at the mercy of strange scientific experiments.
Oh, this was that closet door. So I wonder if these are warnings, like things you shouldn't do. Yeah, don't go to the safe. Don't go to the door. These are don't do it things.
But like this don't
We probably missed this, whatever this was. Is there something on here that makes... Oh, you can keep reading.
You fought oversized, super intelligent chimpanzees, freed them from mind control, and discovered a counterfeiting ring along the way. Now, a fleet of UFOs.
Yeah, UFOs.
Is barreling toward Earth, and unless you can free the imprisoned alien ambassador before they arrive, the entire planet is doomed. The alien is locked away in the old prison beneath the mansion. Professor Marsden says it's a dangerous labyrinth, not easily navigated. What are you talking about?
Oh, we're already down there?
There are 3 cells in that place. We were there 45 minutes ago. That's a new prison, the professor says, where antisocial chimpanzees are held until they can be rehabilitated. The entire compound is built over the ruins of an old prison which burned down more than a century ago. My great-great-great-grandfather was the warden. You remember?
Oh, yeah. That was at the beginning of the story.
You remember your strange out-of-body visions in the elevator and the deep sense of foreboding that came with them. We should never have put him down there. The professor says, the prison has always been horrible. First place, but now that the creature has found a way to make contact with the world outside his cell... Wait a second, you say. This alien ambassador isn't just responsible for my nightmares, is he? The alien was the one who called me this morning? No, the alien was the one who called me this morning, but how did he even find me? The phone book is full of private investigators with far more experience than I have. You suddenly remember, however, that your yellow page ad doesn't list you as an aspiring detective. It lists you as a psychic investigator. I'll find the alien, you say, to reassure yourself as much as the professor. I was born to do this.
Hola, Caspito.
Before he can respond, the professor notices something on the mainframe console and gasps. The alien armada will enter the Earth's atmosphere in just 20 minutes.
Wish.
You must find the alien ambassador and free him quickly, or all is lost.
20 minutes? Alright, so we gotta find him by 2:51.
Draw clue 108 to discover your goal.
Alright. Clue 108. No, our cards are not.
Release the alien ambassador and attempt to save the planet Earth.
Alright, save planet. Save planet Earth. Now, I've heard the exit games are more story-based, or not the exit games, the unlocked games. I've heard are more story-based than the exit ones. Alright, so yeah.
Okay, you say. You've been down there before, right? Do you have a map? No, Carol handled all of that. All I know is that there are 2 ways to get into the structure. Through the original prison entrance around the back of the house, and through a long dark hallway that I've always been too afraid to investigate. Don't forget, keep your earpiece turned on so we can communicate.
He's never told us one thing through that earpiece. I don't like him. I think it's a trap.
It's a scam.
It's a scam. So where do you want to go? Do you want to go through the long dark hallway or the regular entrance?
If you head for the prison entrance, go to story 127. If you think the hallway is a better bet, go to story 123.
Yeah, so do we want to go through the dark hallway or the regular entrance?
Yeah, I don't want to be responsible.
Fine, I will cause our death again. We'll go through the dark hallway that the other guy has never gone through.
Okay.
Why? Because
Because you want to investigate.
I want to investigate.
He was very afraid.
I want to investigate what he's afraid to investigate. Which may or may not be a good thing. Oh, we found a ghost. After 50 yards, a hallway connects to an older passageway. With the walls crumbling brick, you wonder why Professor Marsden built the entirely new underground laboratory when he could have simply renovated the old prison structure. Soon the answer presents itself. It's because the entire place is utterly infested with ghosts. Dun dun dun! A spectral figure in a black and white striped uniform floats towards you. He probably died when the prison burned down, because he's on fire. Does ghost fire burn living people the way normal fire does? The spirit attacks, so you're about to find out. Required challenge. Fight the flaming ghost. If you have clue number 58, you win automatically. Yeah, that's 80. You got 58? 56. No, these, I don't think these are just telling you what not to do. I think we've discovered that this is what not to do. No, that's...
Oh, I was going to put this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's... Nope, so we have to fight it. So win, move 2 forwards on the psychic, lose, raise the danger meter by 4. Ooh, that.
What?
No, not yet. We have to win. Alright, so we're at 4. We're going to use our saber. Come on, saber. Woohoo! We had a perfect 6. Did not need it. Alright, so we get to move our psychic meter 2. 1, 2. From here, you can leave the room through a rotting wooden door or a hole in the brick wall that leads into a tunnel. So, wood floor, or wood door, not wood floor, wood door or brick. You want to go the normal route, go through the walls, or go through hidden passageway?
Hidden passageway?
Hidden passageway.
I don't know.
Okay, you said the word hidden passageway. Alright, so we're going to 142.
Because you didn't listen to my whole.
What was the whole message?
That hidden hole, we did something before about a hidden hole, hidden something, and it was bad.
No, that was the hidden switch when we went through the roof and got electrocuted.
It was bad.
Well, yeah, but this isn't a switch. This is just a hole in the wall.
Okay.
The tunnel is curved into the bedrock surrounding the lower level of the old prison building. It's dark and dank, but gets warmer and warmer as you progress. The tunnel splits into 2 passages. Down the first, you can see glowing pink crystals embedded in the dirt walls. They're throbbing unpleasantly. They're buzzing, too. The other passage is full of thick green mist. At least it's quiet and nothing is throbbing. If you're a level 5 or higher on the psychic scale, draw clue number 117, which we don't. I don't want to go through mist. And last time we got crystals, they were good. Alright, so we're going to go the dirt tunnel with the crystals. 144. Alright, find out if I killed us.
As you move through the crystal tunnel, the droning buzz gets louder and louder until you feel like your head's about to explode.
Oh, that's not good.
You try to turn back the way you came, but the constant overwhelming noise disorients you, and you stumble farther into the din. Then your head actually does explode. So at least you weren't just worrying over nobody. The end. Move back 3 spaces on the... No, we never got over the throat. And...
I wonder what the average number of deaths in this game actually
return to historical 142.
Alright, so we're back on 142. Hey, would you like to go and check out the green mist that'll probably kill us too? No, it wasn't that. This looks like some kind of table or something. See, it's got like little feet, like dresser feet. So I think it was like some kind of dresser armoire that explodes. We didn't get these clues because these other ones would have been clues to tell us not to go there. Like it would have been like, oh, don't, like there would probably be one that had pink crystals and so we wouldn't have on there. There'd probably be one that had a picture of a pool table or something, so you know not to go there. All right, so now we have to go to the green. To me, green mist is deadlier than pink crystals. Like to me, I'm thinking green mist, you have to breathe that in. I mean, I guess you could hold your breath. We don't know how far the hall is. The green mist smells awful, and you start to choke as soon as your lungs... See? You quickly become dizzy, but just as you're about to collapse, you feel someone slide an arm around your shoulders. They support you, help you up, walk forward. The mist dissipates when you reach the far side of the tunnel. You look up to see a ghostly figure in a prisoner's uniform smiling at you, gently as he fades from sight. Fog still burns in your lungs, but that ghost just saved your life. From here you can see the ladder which goes up to what appears to be a watchtower. There's also a broken section of wall that opens into another room. Hola. Hola, amigo. He's our amigo. He's our buddy. Gracias. Level 5 or higher on the psychic scale, we get to draw a clue. We're not. So it's like the more you do bad, the harder it gets because you can't draw these clues. Alright, so we can go to the watchtower, 134, go through the broken wall, 122. The problem with the watchtower is, I mean, we'd be going up, maybe we'd get a view of some other stuff. Broken wall is going to lead us where we need to go, which is finding the ambassador. But again, we're doing like a horror movie. Do the exact opposite we should do. Let's go up to a watchtower that we can't escape from if something tries to attack us. That's our default answer, right? When we can't figure out what to do. This is... I don't want to say this is the logical choice, but this seems like the choice because... This seems like, oh, we're going to find the ambassador, so we would definitely choose that. Meaning going this opposite way seems like it would give us some kind of reward. You jump off the top of the ladder... and land on a crumbling brick watchtower overlooking the prison yard. The ghost of a very old man is staring into the distance. It's General Margson. He looks older than the last time you saw him. It's my fault, he moans. Oh, my fault. He looks down in dismay. His face is especially haunted, even for a ghost. Forgive me, he says. I beg you. Forgive you for what, you ask? You must say it, shouts the general. You must say that I'm forgiven so my soul may be released. Choose one, then continue. If you tell the ghost you forgive him, go to 122. If you refuse, go to 124. He did something, I guess, wrong.
We don't forgive.
You want to release his spirit? And forgive him?
No.
Forgiveness.
Dangerous.
Forgiveness is the right thing to do.
I know, that's it.
Alright, so we're going to do forgiveness. Alright, so 122. Forgiveness. That's your 122, not my 122.
Oh, yeah, that's
2 holes.
120.
122. Okay.
It says, thank you, the ghost moans. Thank you! In a flash of light has gone. He's gone.
Oh,
He's
dang
gone.
it. We didn't get any clues.
If you knew that getting rid of these things was that easy, you would have been forgiving ghosts left and right.
Okay.
But forgiving is the right thing to do.
See.
Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale.
Okay, so that gives us that bonus. Keep this card?
No.
No. Finish the card. Okay. From here you see 2 paths out of this section of the prison. One leads into a group of cells. The other is a hole in the ground that glows with a strange light. Okay, so you want to go to the cell block or a glowing hole? Nothing here tells us not to go to a glowing hole, or not to go to a cell block for that matter. Cell block is where the bad guy's going to be. Glowing hole sounds like something's going on there that may or may not be good.
Okay, glowing hole.
Oh, okay, we'll go to the danger.
No?
Sure, I was thinking about going there.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, actually I was.
Okay, then you're responsible for whatever happens. I feel like every time we go away from the obvious to go rescue somebody, we find stuff. When we go towards the obvious, it seems like we didn't find anything. Right? Anytime we're like, okay, we know we need to go down. Let's keep everything down. We never found the stuff we needed. So, you descend into the cave with glassy obsidian walls and perfectly still. Circular pool in the center. Perfectly still pool that's glowing. It's otherworldly. Ectoplasmic goo. Alien spaceship fuel. Good old-fashioned radioactive sludge. You have no idea, but you're pretty sure drinking from it would either kill you or give you superpowers. Let's drink it. Free action. If you'd like to drink from the pool, draw clue number 107. I'm drinking it. I want superpowers. What clue?
107. We're going to get superpowers. We're going to get superpowers. We're going to get superpowers. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, it was ectoplasmic goo. And it turns out that ectoplasmic goo is both delicious and nutritious.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Lower danger meter by 3.
Oh, that's good.
And move forward 3 spaces on the psychic skill. Woohoo! Finally we're on 4.
Yeah, can we go back and get those other card clues now? Is that it? And then continue?
Continue on 25. See?
Alright. There's a stone wall in the tunnel, framed in red brick, leading away from the pool. There's also something giving off a gross, dank smell at the far end of the pool, if you'd like to investigate it. So we can go to exiting, or we can go after stinky smell. Peo peo. Peo peo? And you're covering it up? Oh, you want to go after stinky? Alright, Audrey covered up her nose. She says we're going after stinky. Must be Belita. Belita's down there. We need to rescue her. She's in there farting. We need to rescue the bebe because she is farting in the thing. Bebe. A dank soil gives way beneath your feet, and you tumble to a very smelly hidden cavern. Here you discover the stench is wafting up for a colony of mushrooms, spotted ones with striped ones that cover most of the floor and walls. If you've learned anything from playing video games, though, it's that eating random mushrooms would give you across the adventure is always a good idea. Super Mario Brothers. Alright, choose. Eat a spotted mushroom, draw a clue. Eat a striped mushroom, draw a clue. If you live it up and eat both kinds of mushrooms, draw 111.
I don't think both is a good idea.
No?
Do you think it? Okay, you said it is a good idea.
No, I'm thinking Super Mario Brothers is spotted mushrooms. I would go at least with 109. I'll do spotted.
Spotted mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
The spotted mushroom is mildly poisonous, but also mind-altering.
Okay.
You can feel your brain pulsing and synapses sparkling. After it ends, you can now taste sound.
Taste sound.
Keep
We're tripping.
to move forward 1 space on the psychic scale.
Okay.
Raise danger meter by 4.
Whoosh.
Finish the story part 2128.
Alright, so yeah, I really want to know what 110 and 111 did then. But we can't. We have to go. When you're done snacking, there's only one way to leave the cavern. It's pitch black tunnel. Alright. The tunnel leads to an exit high up on the wall of a large, lead-lined prison cell. Beneath you, the crystalline form of Christ-like ambassador lies motionless on the floor. The ambassador looks up, sees you, and sends a telepathic message directly to your frontal lobes. "What manner of creature can pass through the impenetrable walls of my prison?" he transmits. "Whoever you are, have mercy and free me from this tomb." Impenetrable walls? It's a tunnel. You think back at him. Have you even tried escaping? How long have you been down here? "I am greatly weakened from my ordeal," the ambassador thinks at you. "Also, it's really dark." The only way out of the cell is back the way you came. So if you want to take the ambassador back to the surface with you, you're going to have to lift him through the tunnel, and he's quite heavy. It's a required challenge. Lower the danger meter, and go to story card, lose, raise, and try again. All right, so he's heavy. We have no muscles. Roll the dice. We need to get higher than a 4. That mushroom is not a good idea. What if that other mushroom would have given us strength? 3. That's no bueno. Fail. Raise the danger meter by 3. 1, 2, 3. And try again. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, oh. At least we're still in 4. We're still in 4. We're good. Psychic mushroom saved us. Alright, so roll again. We only needed 3 this time. 3! Woohoo! So go to story card 146. Alright, where are we going? 146. I was like, where's 146? It's not in there. Oh, there's a lot of clues. You drag... I was doing the alien's voice again. You drag the crystalline alien back to the security room where the professor waits. On a monitor, you can see a giant UFO entering Earth's atmosphere. "Hurry," the professor says in a panic. "The Armada is almost upon us." The alien ambassador rushes to the console. He pushes a button and makes a series of harsh noises you can only assume are his native language. If you have clue 90, which we do not. If you have clue 90, which we are not. If you do not have clue 90, continue reading. Okay. You get items. When he's finished, the alien sends a telepathic message. I have contacted my people. I've changed his accent completely. All is well. So what now, you ask? Go outside and wait for their arrival. He transmits. Do not fear them. We have forgiven you and your transgressions. We'll never murder you or the rest of your species. Basically, they don't want to kill us now. And those weren't the words he said. I ad-libbed. If you're level 5 on the psychic, well, we are not. If you're level 2 or 4 on the psychic scale, think something's fishy and demand more answers, go to 140. If you're level 2 or 4 on the psychic scale, trust the ambassador and want to wait for the fleet's arrival, go to 149. Level 1 on psychic scale, you get a clue, which we are not. Do you think something's fishy? So his words, go outside and wait for their arrival. Do not fear them. We have forgiven your transgressions and will not murder you or the rest of your species. We saved him. But the professor, who was the one who captured him with Carol, is still there. So they say that they protect our species, is what they're saying. They have forgiven us. We did forgiveness earlier. Should we continue with the forgiveness? They forgive us? Okay. So 149. Chapter end. So it's different endings, basically. Chapter 5, Goal achieved. There's nothing left to do but wait and watch an enormous crystal saucers gather in the skies above. A column of red light erupts from the mothership, enveloping you and the professor. The beam causes every cell in your body to vibrate. Also, it carries a telepathic message. Planet Earth was charged with high crimes against the Crystallic Empire and was sentenced to extermination. However, since you two have shown the ability to learn the galactic psychic arts, we have hope for your planet. We will take you as a sacrifice to interplanetary justice. Your world will be spared. So that's the end, you ask. The Earth is saved? Your planet should make no attempt to contact us again, the voice says. At least you invoke the full force of our wrath. You don't actually hear the last part, though, because the frequency of the beam intensifies, and you and the professor are instantly disintegrated. You've saved the planet, you're a hero, an extremely dead, utterly vaporized hero. Game over. We technically won? So again, this is where the replay value comes in, right? We could actually play through this again, see if we get different choices, different options. So it isn't necessarily a one-time playthrough. If you guys would like to see us play through it again, now with some of the things we've learned, and get maybe a different outcome, you go ahead and let us know. We're going to say, Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bogotá. Es Luz. Es Mama. Hola, Mama. So there we go, guys. Did you like it?
See?
So we're going to come up with some kind of little rating thing. We're not going to do ratings. We're very bad at ratings. We rate everything good just because technically I don't think we hate anything except for Yu-Gi-Oh! We still have not played Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I hate it. But things like theme, the immersion, stuff like that. When we were reading this, right, we were getting the goosebumps and the feeling. It did go off on some weird rails there. So you know, that would be a little notch down. But we're thinking about doing a rating scale. If you guys would like to have some kind of rating scale or some kind of like our opinions on different aspects of the game, you know, let us know down in the comments. We're going to probably maybe start doing that next year after we're done playing a game. If you would like to see more gameplay content or know either of the two games, if you happen to watch this whole thing that we mentioned, so that way I know what I need to go buy next. Oh, we did Unlocked, and then it was the detective game, which I can't think of the name of it. But either way, if you guys want to see those games, let us know down in the comments. And of course, subscribe so you can watch those games. If you want to come out and win some games or an Extra Life game day, of course, same thing. Hit that subscribe button. That way you can come out and watch us live for 13 hours. Next Saturday, next Sunday, we'll be playing lots of different games, all to bring awareness and raise money for Children's Miracle Network. Para los niños.
Para los niños.
Para los niños.
Bien.
All right. Anything else from you?
No, I think it was Very interesting. The story is really nice, and I don't know well what this is.
I think it was don't do these things, because remember I only picked that up when I was kind of staring at this. And remember they said they locked somebody in the cabinet, so it's probably good that we accidentally didn't open the cabinet like we said we were going to, because I think these are bad. Because this was when we were trying to get to the safe, we died. This is when I went and did the brain enhancement, we died. I almost guarantee there was somewhere that there was some kind of thing, an armoire or something. If we would have done that, we would have died. If we would have opened that blue door, we would have died. I think this is, these are premonitions.
But then you will find that out just until you have 3 that we did at this point, right?
It just dawned on me after we died twice. And honestly, it wasn't even then. It was just, I was like looking at these, I'm like, hang on. That was something, remember they said don't go to the door because the door was bad in between this room and this room. So, yeah. Blue light. All right, guys, that is that. Again, all those YouTube things that we talked about. And until next time.
Adios.
Peace.